That's the one we're paying attention to. All right. Let's get started. For those that are here, hello, hello, hello. We're going to let y'all come on in.
Come on, y'all.
Come on in. We're going to get started.
Come on in the house.
Come on, everybody.
Come on now. No.
No more sleeping in bed.
Please don't do that.
What's up? What's up? Come on in. One more minute. 30-something seconds. 30-something seconds. There in the line.
Welcome to Saturday from DemButlers.
There we go. There we go. We're coming in. Come on in, everybody. Make sure your sound is down over here. There we go.
It's an echo.
Hello, hello. We got one more. There we go. And we are live. I believe we're live across all formats.
It is 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Hello.
It is 6 p.m. DemButlers time.
On yours, it is, you're not connected, but I ain't worried about it. I can still see the chat. That's all that matters. Hello. We are live. Everybody that's here, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to DemButlers. I'm Cass.
I'm Doug.
You are the Butler Brigade. For those of you all that are here in YouTube land, we're making history today, everybody.
What?
Making history. We are being watched in 2 other social medias right now. Oh. So we are also on TikTok. Hello, TikTok family. How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome. And also Facebookers, the Facebook family. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to DemButlers. You are officially now part of the Butler Brigade. For those of you all that is your first time ever catching us live.
What's up, Brigade?
So we have 3 different channels going right now. And we are going to be talking. One thing about Said and Cass, we lay back. So y'all gonna see us stand up, get up, go get refills, go stretch. When the sun go down, the sun sets here in Panama by 6:30.
Every day.
About 6:30. Somebody just gave us love. I think that was Miss Aisha. Thank you, thank you. Sent a heart. Thank you so much. So by 6:30, the sun is going to set. So for those of you like, we can't even see the backdrop. You're going to see it. It's just that if you let it up right now, you won't be able to see us. That's all you'll be able to see is sun. So
well, just see our silhouettes.
They'll be going, oh, they done got black down there in Panama.
Black earth.
Y'all done got black. So that is what is going on. We are going to do a live today. Our live format, we do typically take topics. We have been finding that as we shared with you all about a month ago, or maybe it wasn't you all, it could have been the boss members. I kind of crossed it up.
I think it was the boss member.
Dub and I have almost 500 videos, informational videos out on just YouTube alone on thinking about living in another country, actually choosing another country, budgeting for another country, and relocating to Panama. Almost 500 videos. And we take you from thought process to literally the end. And when I say the end, I mean
you hear
the upper room.
Oh, daddy.
When G.
Oh, hey, I will pay you not to do that. Ooh.
Literally, we take you back to repatriation. How you gonna get back to wherever you would like to get back to?
Your
Return
body, your
body. Exactly.
And your soul is gone.
All of our videos, every single thing, literally coming over and going back. Now, we can't get you to up or down.
Yeah,
we can't help you with that.
That was on you.
That's on you.
You had your whole life to get right.
Yeah, but
if squared up,
if you watching, You are here. You're making history. We're on 3 social media platforms right now. So we're doing got the combo going on. You know, we hitting them. We hitting them hard. So thank you all. What's up, Wayne Perry? What's up, Aisha?
Hey.
What's up, Facebook? What's up, TNT? How y'all doing? You know, everybody's going to be coming in and leaving. So we're going to be all day trying to say hello to everybody. But we definitely want to sit there and say hello to all of our brigaders. And how are you a brigader? Well, you subscribe to us. You follow us.
Subscribe.
That's his trademark. That's his trademark. So today, as I said, we come in and out. If you have a question, I definitely will try to address it. But today's topic is really we're going to be on one conversation. But we do tend to deviate a little bit. And then for those of you all that don't happen to be here in Panama, we will, as the sun's setting about another 30 minutes, we'll let the blinds up so you can see that beautiful skyline that people tend to think is fake, but it's not. We live in an area called San Francisco, Panama. San Francisco is one of the oldest and largest neighborhoods in Panama City. We are near a mall called Multi-Plaza Mall. That is where we are. We can literally see the mall from our terrace, as well as we like to say we have the triple threat. At our previous place, we had the quadruple threat. What do I mean by that? We could see the park, greenery. We could see the mountains. We had a view of the Pacific Ocean, and then we had the skyline. Here we have the triple threat. So we get almost, it really isn't almost, we really do have a 360 view if you count our terrace as well as our rear bedrooms. So we have a 360 view of the entire Panama City skyline. We can go all the way around and see everything. But we do get to see the skyline, which is absolutely gorgeous, the Pacific Ocean, and we can still see the mountains. So that's where we're at. And we did a video the other night when I was singing to my baby some King George, and somebody was like, are those blankets that I see? Are those blankets on y'all? So yeah, those were blankets. In the evening time on a windy night here, we're about 30 floors up, a little bit higher than that if you count the parking spaces, but 30 floors. It can be breezy. I said 50 degrees. Dub said, no, girl, it's like 65, 70. But when you out there and it's windy, it could be cold. So my mother had made some blankets about a year ago for holidays. And I was laughing because you all know we left Texas and we're not going to be in Texas anymore as far as wintertime, although we dually still have a home in Texas. For those of you that don't know our journey, we hail from a suburb outside of Dallas, Texas. We still do own a home in Dallas, Texas. We dually live. However, the primary of our time is spent in Panama City, Panama. But when she made those blankets, I was laughing, going, Mama, I ain't going to be cold no more. We're not going to be cold. And ironically, we had those blankets on that night. So, but tonight, we're going to talk about baby. And again, feel free. Come in, come out. You need to go to the grocery store. You need to put us in your ear. You need to go do something. Do you. You know, just however you need to do it. Thank you so much, DCRV for Joe. You have all the great job with the info. Okay, well, thank you so much. We do appreciate that. How do I join your WhatsApp group? Okay, I'm going to say this. We're going to put it in there. You send an email to DemButlers972@gmail.com. There is no prerequisite. You don't have to give me your lifelong history, your blood type, and where you live, but you need to send an email requesting it. The reason that we ask you to send an email and that we don't just blanketly give the link is because we were hit with spammers when we did put the link out there, and it was the bad spammers, not the good spammers. It was the ones that you have a $5 million check. Just send me your social security number.
Wait, that wasn't real?
It was those. So if you are not in our WhatsApp community, I am going to put the email there. And if somebody, as people come in, would like to keep putting it back up at the top, you can, but I will tag it as well. You just send us an email. Send us an email, and you can get in. And that's it. So today is the $1,500 Panama Challenge, baby.
$1,500.
So you will see me looking down, because I do refer back to notes every once in a while. It's just to kind of keep my thoughts together. But we don't do scripts. We just talk. And we appreciate that way. That's just how I go. You're going to find that I'm the predominant one if this is your first time joining us, in case you like, does he talk? Yes, he speaks, he talks. It's just, he does no research and he doesn't look up anything and he can't answer.
Look, man, I'm the typical spouse. I let my wife drive when it comes to this relocating thing, and I get the one-liners when necessary.
In case you're asking. So yes, I'm the one that's talking. So every once in a while we see some crazy comments in all the social medias that are like, she all good and everything, but dang, she talk too much. And Doug and I laugh because we like, one day we're going to do a live or whatever, a commentary, and we're going to let him lead. And this is all y'all going to be doing.
It's going to be quiet because I'm going to be looking at y'all looking at me. Ooh, it's quiet in here. All right, y'all, thank you and good night. About it.
So if I talk too much, that's all you gonna hear, because if you waiting on Dub to lead, it's not gonna happen. And again, his name is Dub.
D-U-B.
D-U-B, like sitting on the Dubs.
Well, that's my nickname.
Yes, that's your nickname. But that's okay. When he sees Douglas, he still answers. He knows what y'all are trying to say.
But I've been called worse.
It's Dub, D-U-B. Now, $1,500. Can you really live in Panama on $1,500? That's the part nobody talks about. So we're going to first talk about the fact of how did that $1,500 even come about? So for those of you all that may not be aware, Panama is one of the few countries that allows you to have permanent residency as of today's filming. So let's just go with that. As of today's filming, you are able to have permanent residency. One of the options of permanent residency is Pensionado visa. And that's the area that we're going to come to you and talk to you from, because that's the one that we are here under. There's numerous ones. You're going to hear some called the Friendly Nations visa. You'll hear some called the Investors visa. You'll hear some called the Tourist visa, the Work visa, the Student visa. You're going to hear all of those.
A whole lot of them.
A whole lot. But the Pensionado visa is our path. The Pensionado visa allows you permanent residency if you can show, amongst the other visa stipulations, but on financial side, if you can show that you bring in as a individual person a minimum of $1,000 per month in forever money. In forever money, they mean by way of a pension, Social Security check, disability check by way of Social Security or veteran, or a retirement check. Go ahead. And
one thing that she failed to say, pensionado means retired. So you're coming over here as a retired individual.
As a retired individual. Pensionado, okay? Individual, if you can show that you're going to have, not on average, not on some months, not on the forever money, a minimum of $1,000 for one individual. There is no age requirement.
18
you can be 18 until dead.
That'd be hard.
18 until dead. If you can show $1,000 for the primary person, the reason I keep saying primary is because if you are legally married, they do not accept partnerships. Just going to be honest with you. Or for each dependent that you bring with you that happens to maybe be a minor dependent, or a parent that you are legally responsible for. Not one that you just take care of your mama. That don't count. Legally responsible for, and there's a pathway that you have to show you are legally responsible for that person. You make all decisions pertaining to said person. So if they're a dependent, then it's $250 per dependent. All right, so $1,000 primary, $250 if you have a dependent or a spouse, which is $1,250. So that's how we getting the can you live in Panama for $1,500, because the content creators and people who are looking into Panama, they tend to think, well, if it's a $1,250 if you're married, but for this conversation, we're going to say solo. If it's $1,000 to get over there as a solo person, then you must be able to live over there for $1,000.
Okay, baby. No. What I was going to chime in and say is that some of you will have multiple ways of coming up with that 1,000, but they don't allow you to stack entitlements. So you must have at least one entitlement that has that amount of money or higher. You're not allowed to stack different things.
There you go. Thank you, babe. So in case you just joined in, you're coming in, we're talking about, can you live in Panama on $1,500, and in particular, a $500 place to stay? So the number one question, we're going to go ahead and knock that out. The answer is yes. Okay. But there's a caveat to that.
There's a bunch of caveats.
There's a caveat to that. Because absolutely, there are Panamanians born here that live in Panama on less than $1,500 a month. So for me to say you can't, that's just not realistic. But there are caveats to doing that, and we're going to talk about that. There are expats who do it, and they live here on less. Now, for those of y'all that are hearing the word expats, you're going to hear me refer to expats, foreigners, immigrants. Put your name where you want. I don't really care which one you use, but I use them interchangeably.
Yeah.
So,
and basically that means you don't come from here.
You're not here. You're not born here. There are people who have found condos, places to stay, houses, townhomes for $300, $400, $500 a month. So we're not here to tell anybody that you can't do that, because that's just not true. You can do it. That's not the conversation. The question that we really want to ask is, what does your life actually look like when you're doing it? If you're going to be living on $1,500 a month as a solo person, this conversation is solo. Higher if you're married, higher if you have dependents, higher if you have 4 children, a wife, higher. So for this, we're going individual. Because surviving somewhere and living the lifestyle that you imagined when you moved overseas are two completely different things. Everybody know that. Cedric likes to sit there and go, you can eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for dinner every day. That don't mean that's what you want. I mean, it's just fulfilling hunger.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it's doing. But if you had to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwich 365 days a year, 30 years, you probably going to get tired of that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And you're going to see Cedric moving around. He's going to be letting the blinds up. He's going to be stretching. So when y'all see him getting up and down, don't be freaking out. That's just what he do. That's what our lives are. So before we get started, put this in the comments. For those of y'all, don't matter which one you're watching, in case you chimed in late, we're on YouTube, we're on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook Live. All right. If you were retiring, I want you to put this in the comments, outside the United States, what would be the minimum monthly income you would personally feel comfortable having? $1,500 a month? $2,000 a month, $2,500 a month, $3,000 a month, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which one would you feel more comfortable having? Put your number in the chat, because tonight we're actually going to talk about the $1,500 one.
And I would say make it a realistic number that you know you're going to make. Now, because everybody's going to say, well, I wish I had $1 million.
$80 million.
Most people ain't going to retire with $80 million a month. It's just not going to do it.
But you have $92 in your checking account right now.
And it wouldn't even matter what's in your checking account, because it's a check coming to you every month.
I'm seeing $2,500 to $3,000. I'm seeing $2,500. Thank you, Aisha. I'm seeing $3,500 from J Ned H Town. $2,000. Okay, I'm seeing them. Those are good numbers. All good numbers. They're all realistic numbers. Thank y'all so much. So $1,500. Single person. Here's the story. Single person, retired, fixed monthly income, $1,500. We all in the same story. Everybody got that? We're going to stick with $1,500. If you have pen and paper, if you have a calculator, if you got your phone there, keep up with me. We're going to do a math class today. Very simple math class. Thank you, MS Kick 86 for the 3,000. Yes, 3,500. We see that one. 2,500. Got it. Let's say your Social Security, pension, retirement income, whatever, is $1,500.
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
And this person is saying, because they've done their prerequisite,
a hypothetical,
I can't spend more than $500 a month on rent. Okay, let's rock with that. And now, before anybody starts on this conversation is not about city living, West living, country living. We don't care. No. We don't personally care.
It doesn't matter.
We do not care. We're going $500. I don't care. You're going to find people talk about $500 in Panama City, $500 in David. And we are at the end going to talk about more specific locations, but we're not debating the location. That's not what we're talking about. $500. We're just trying to say, can you live here?
Numbers.
All right, so everybody understands 1,500 minus 500, your rent. You have $1,000 left, right? Everybody got that? That $1,000 now needs to pay your electricity. Some places water, some places water, not all, but not every single place in Panama. You do not have to pay water. Most condo towers, you don't have to pay water. But there are some places you got standalone houses, you have duplexes. They do have to pay water. Your internet, your cell phone, your food, transportation of some sort, your health care. And before somebody sit there and go, well, I'm retired, I got Medicare, Medicaid, go watch our videos, but we're going to answer this real quick. If it starts with Medi, and you have relocated, that means you have a visa status. You're not traveling. It's not accepted in Panama. It's not accepted. Even Medicare Advantage. The key word, even on Medicare Advantage International Plan, you can call Medicare Advantage on Monday. Call them. Let them tell you. It's traveling internationally.
And y'all, once you apply to get any visa, you're no longer traveling for Panama. You're trying to get residency.
Yes.
And you're not traveling.
You're not traveling. So let's not use well, they just won't know. Anytime somebody just can't know, then that means you don't have health care.
That's right.
So that's why. But we're not going to debate health care today. I'm just throwing it out there for the person sitting there going, nah, baby, I got Medicare. I don't need to pay no. Okay. Medicine, your prescriptions. We're all at that stage. You need some medicine. Shoot, we got some back there right now. Your household supplies. You're probably going to want some toilet paper, paper towels, laundry soap, toothpaste, deodorant, lotion. You're probably going to need some of those supplies. That's what we mean by household supplies. Fabuloso, some Comet, bleach, whatever. You're going to need that. Your personal expenses, things that you just personally like to have to go do, whether that's getting your nails done, getting a haircut every once in a while, getting a facial, getting a massage. These are not necessary. That's why they say personal expenses. But just whatever you happen to want to spend. Maybe going somewhere every once in a while. I'm going to assume you don't want to be stuck in a house all the time. You might want to step out and go somewhere. Maybe eating at a restaurant. You hear the maybes. Maybe enjoying the country that you moved to. You might want to actually go outside, go to a parade, go to the park. Go experience the place, go to the museum. Because I don't know about y'all, but I definitely don't want to retire overseas and just be stuck inside my house every day. I mean, I don't want to be what they call it, house poor.
Yep.
I mean, in the States is what we call it, house poor. You're house poor. You're house poor. So would you feel, go ahead, baby.
Is that all the categories?
That's most of them, but go ahead, add some more.
So 2 more is that it costs to bring your money to Panama. So you got to account for that.
Yep. Aisha, who's in our comments, I think on TikTok, I don't know which one she's on. She actually got her MoneyGram to work by way of you. She figured out that the disconnect was the 4-digit zip code that Panama doesn't recognize. But anyway, she got it to work. But what he's getting at is there's a money transfer fee. That it doesn't matter how you're doing it. Even on those that maybe bank with Charles Schwab and those type of things, it's still on the reimbursement. So you're going to have some kind of way. How are you getting your money back and forth from the U.S. to Panama? And if that's going over somebody's heads and they're going, they don't have banks in Panama. Yes, they do have banks in Panama, but most people keep their pension, Social Security, disability check still going to a U.S. bank for many reasons. And you have to go watch some of our old banking videos on that. But for numerous reasons, they do that. So you have to transfer your living money. But go ahead, you have another one.
And then the last expense is bills that you still have in the United States that you're still responsible for.
Yeah.
Don't forget about them.
The tax man coming, driver's license, renewal fees, registration on your vehicles, subscriptions, prescriptions, children. Children, $50 here, $100 there, taxes on your home, insurance, the grass getting cut. And again, that's if you're maintaining still a home in the U.S.
So that $1,500 just got sliced into.
Well, I'm going to assume if you're leaving with that minimum, you had to let a house go. You had to let your place go in the United States because you obviously can't. I mean, it can't even be up for negotiation. So for that, for this person, they let everything go in the U.S.
All right.
Okay. So tell me in the comments, literally in the comments, there's a second question comment, people. Would you feel comfortable having only $1,000 left after rent based on the samples that I just gave that you still have to pay. Just on the samples. And this isn't a debate. You can say yes and you can say no. You don't have
no right or wrong
This
answer.
is just to get you, we're going to just start having a conversation. That's
right.
all we're doing. We're just having a conversation. Are you comfortable knowing you had $1,000 and I just listed, what was that, 20 things? 20 things I just listed.
And y'all, what we're really trying to do and point out to you is that your relocation is something that is very valuable to you, and it's a dream, and it doesn't stop being a dream unless you can afford it.
That's correct, babe. I agree with that. I mean, otherwise it's just a dream. You're just talking.
You're just talking.
You're just talking. So here we go. I can hear the person. But Cass, I found the $400 house. I found this. I got this. Here comes that comment. I already know it's coming. Somebody's typing it. But Cass, I know that's not true. I know somebody paying $400, and I believe you. I do. I believe you. We've seen $300 houses. We've seen $400 houses. We've seen them. So you probably are. It's not a debate. You are. I'm not arguing with you on that. You can absolutely find a $400 house, a $350 place to stay. You might even find something cheaper than that. I mean, you realistically might. Here in Panama, they got free housing. Totally free, but I don't think you probably want to stay there.
Big, huge caveats.
But here's the question that we really need to ask. What comes with that $400 a month house, condo, apartment? What comes with that? How's that lifestyle going to look? What comes with it? Let's start with this. Dub, do you think, does it have hot water?
No.
Can we say all of them don't have hot water? No, that's not what this conversation is. Okay, you got it. Dub and I are never going to do blanket all, none. You can't, you won't. So if you're one of those people sitting there just waiting to sit there and get us, we're not saying that. We're going the majority. And
y'all, and for those of y'all who are sitting back in the States or any other country except Panama, you're just gonna have to take our word for it. And hey, get your boots on the ground and come and see it for yourself. Don't take our word for it.
And we're gonna get to that. The content creators, which I feel are doing a horrible disservice, that they either don't tell you the things that they don't have, or they don't go into detail about the lack of things that they are accustomed to having, that they've gotten used to having. And that's okay that they've gotten used to it, but when they show you this is where I live on $400-500 a month and don't go through the other things that we're getting ready to go through. First one, does it have hot water? Does it have air conditioning? Does it have screens on the window or things to keep bugs out?
Insects out. I knew where you were going.
Does it have a reliable water? Reliable. Does it have a reserve water tank? And before you sit there and ask, well, Cass, do you have one? I don't physically have one right here on my condo tower floor, but our terrace does. Our building has one. And you're going to find you're going to need that. We're going to talk about that. You're going to find you're going to need it.
Water and electricity goes out even here in the city.
Is the road paved? We're going to talk about why that's important. Can you get there during the rainy season? Meaning your place to stay. How far is the grocery store? Actual grocery store. Not corner store. How far is the grocery store?
The bodega.
Where is the hospital? Major hospital.
And hey, when she say hospital, you having a heart attack and you need to get to the hospital like 20 minutes ago.
Not the clinic, not the mini med, not the corner, whatever.
You need somebody to save your life.
Place. Hospital. How far is it? Can Uber find you? Are you in one of them places? There are a lot of compounds when you get to the country. There really are. This is not me being funny. There's the front house. Someone had land. So they have their house, and then there's a side road. And from the side road, it might be 6, 7, 8 more houses back there. It's a compound.
But I got one for you. You could be in a place in Panama that don't have any ride share at all.
How strong is the internet? Might not be a big deal to some of you all until you get ready to sit down with your feet curled up on the couch. You ready to watch some good old Netflix, and you getting the spinning icon all the time. You ready to sit down and talk to your grandbaby. You ready. Y'all ready. It's their birthday. You got your phone ready, and you like, no service. What's going on? No bars. What? What's going on? What happens when the electricity goes out?
You and the dog.
That is the part that you don't always hear anybody talk about, that always talk about the $400 a month place. They never talk about that. We're going to hit them all. So if you're sitting here, yes, you're going to hit them all. Here we go. It's 6:30. PTY time. Let's start with the hot water. Most U.S. Americans, that's where we're coming from. Dub and I are U.S. citizens, so we got to come from, our history comes from, or not familiarity comes from the U.S. Almost ready to go down.
Almost.
I think you can almost let it up there in a minute. Hot water. A lot of us grow up in the United States and we turn that handle, hot water comes out, right? You don't have to do a pump. You don't have to go boil water. When you turn it, the hot water comes out. You may not have here in Panama, depending on where you live, and when you're looking at more affordable housing, you may not have whole house hot water. Ain't that right, baby?
That is correct.
Some homes may have an electric shower head. I saw one when somebody was walking through a condo apartment one day, and I'm used to seeing it because when we were looking at places to stay in Thailand, you saw it.
The suicide.
And I was going, what the heck? And then it was on a timer. So not only was it an electric shower head, it was on a timer. You mean to tell me I got to do everything I need to do on a timer? Oh, no, that ain't going to work. Some homes may have ambient temperature water, meaning it controls. It might get warm, but it ain't going to get hot.
We call that lukewarm.
Now, I'm not stereotyping, most men might be all right with that. Most women, we like to pull off our top layer of our skin when we take a shower.
How y'all do that?
We want that top layer come out. Thank you, Jane. She said, great view. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. You can't even really see it. You
Not
really
yet.
can't.
Wait till it's
As
the lights.
it gets darker out there, he's going to be able to really show it. It's we love it. Thank y'all so much. So as for many Panamanians, that is actually normal to them. Warm water, no water, that's normal. It doesn't bother them. That's everyday life for them. They're not sitting around saying, Lord, how we gonna survive without no hot water? It's their normal. But you moving here, that question becomes, is it normal for you? Hey, Michelle, what's up, Smalls? Richard and Michelle, what it do, my kinfolk? I need American style hot water in the bathroom, kitchen. When I turn that hot water on, I really want to do the hot water dance. I want to be woo, woo.
It's like the Pee Wee Herman, man.
It's hot. That's the kind of hot water I like. I like hot water. I like that. My body got to get right.
You want that first layer of skin burned off. We call that first degree burn.
Yes. That may affect the type of home that you're actually going to need, and that could also possibly affect your rent that you're paying. Again, for those of y'all that are just joining us today, we're talking about the $500 place to stay in Panama. It is not about the location. We will get to that at some point. We're not debating the city, Boquete, David, Bocas del Toro, we care less, girl. It's about when you get that $500 place to stay, what you may also not have thought about. Now I'm going to go air conditioning. Remember I said we're going to hit them all. Air conditioning. Need it, don't you, Doug?
Good. I do.
Panama's tropical. In case you didn't know, Panama's tropical. Most of us that hail from Florida,
the South,
Texas, the South.
I say Texas all the way over to Tennessee.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if those of us that's used to that 100-degree 7-8 months out of the year weather, because I know California can hit it, New York can hit it, but you're not 100 degrees 8 months out of the year. That's different. It's totally different. Most of us that's used to that, you acclimate very well to Panama really quickly. I'm not saying when you first come, you ain't, Lord, what happened? What going on, Lord?
Why's the oven on outside?
But you acclimate pretty fast to it. Soon you running around with jeans on like Panamanians, and you got your wraps to go in the restaurants, and you're literally cold.
You're eating outside.
You're eating outside, most of us. But then there's some that I don't think their body ever adapts, and those are the people you find that like to typically go to the mountains or to the west. But most of us, you need air conditioning. You need air conditioning. It's hot, it's humid here, and depending on where you live, that $400 or $500 home may not have central air conditioning. Central air conditioning is not the norm in Panama. Central air, turn the Nest Energy thing on, or turn the thermostat.
You got vents all over your house.
And you have vents up in the That's not the norm. It can be found, and you can get it built, but it's not the norm.
And if you got that set up, you're going to pay higher electric bills than people with splits.
Yeah. So you're going to find most split unit ACs in the bedroom. You may have ceiling fans. You may have people that have no AC at all. That's very much in order for them to have them $400-500 house notes. They have no AC at all. That's the part that the creators don't show you, or the people who are filming, or the people that's showing you the place. They're like, oh yeah, don't nobody have no AC, but you can put it in. You can do it. That's what they basically tell you. You may need to have another conversation if you are one of those people that like to have your AC where you're at on 68 degrees. And you're now going to a place that doesn't have any AC inside because you're looking for affordable rent. You're looking for affordable rent. So now what happened? What happened? Your electricity bill is going to go up.
Oh, yeah.
Because you came down here, you like, it's hot. It's hot. And I need to either have the AC unit on all the time, even the one that is there, that AC inverter, and you're like, oh, it's hot. Or for sometimes you make the immature mistake in thinking, I'm saving money on rent. I'm just going to blast this AC until you get that $400-500 electric bill. Literally. That's not rumor. We have people in the brigade that did. And they had to realize that, you know what? We don't have to open up some natural windows around here, because once you leave the city, and even within the city, you can fluctuate on per kilowatt rate per AC, depending on the neighborhood you live in. San Francisco is one of the largest neighborhoods in Panama City. It's also one of the older ones. So therefore, they have the best per kilowatt rate over most of the neighborhoods in Panama City. How much of a difference? Ours is just about between 13 cents to 18 cents a kilowatt. And we have friends that live in Costco Viejo, and they were 35 cents a kilowatt. How far is Costco Viejo from us on a good day? 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And they're double. That means if we have a $100 electric bill, they're going to have a $200 electric bill. They're double. And then the further out you go, you can get into the 45 cent per kilowatt, something that you never looked at. And that's why sometimes to go further out, when you sit there and go, I don't even have my AC on. But if you turn it on, turn it on, turn it on, turn it off, and you do limited actual usage, but you're now paying triple what you were paying in the city, you're thinking mathematically, I have my AC unit on less, my bill should be less. But you went from a 13 cent kilowatt location to a 45 cent kilowatt location. Are y'all keeping up with me there? In case that went over people's head, you're keeping up with me. So your electricity bill can now be higher on a place that you thought the rent was going to be cheaper. Go ahead.
So please keep score on your money. Before we started talking electricity, you only had $1,000 left on this fictional 15.
And we're going to get there. We are sure going to get there. So what temperature, for those of you all that's in the chat, doesn't matter which one, doesn't matter, YouTube, TikTok, or Facebook, what temperature do you keep your unit on in the house right now? In the summer, go on your hottest day, wherever you happen to live in the U.S. So for those of you all that's in Texas, California, Florida, Mississippi, Georgia, let's say it's 110 that day. What's your AC unit on? Put it in the chat. Because anybody that's typing 67, 68 degrees or whatever,
you're going to be in trouble.
You're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. Our unit, most of the time, what is that converted to right now, babe? That's 74.
No, it's comfortable in here.
21 degrees Celsius. I think
what's 21 Celsius, y'all?
I think we're at 73 degrees right now. 72 degrees, something like that. Here. Most people are at 75, 73. Okay. You keep yours on the daytime at 78. Yep. 72s. I'm seeing some 70s, seeing some 80, 27s. Aisha saying she does hers on 80. Gotcha. Now let's talk about the water. We're gonna hit all these mandatory water. Depending on where,
be free, man.
Depending on where you live in Panama, that place can have water interruptions. It can have pressure issues, maintenance problems, dry season concerns with the infrastructure issues. And that's when you're just looking at a house. That's just a house. So does the house have water? You need to ask. I know you're probably not going, well,
every house
have water. No, some have reserve tanks. Some have pumps. These are the questions that you're probably not thinking to ask on a $400 house, because you're coming from the States and you're thinking electricity, water, internet. Oh, isn't that normal?
No. Hey, first of all, You're not in the States anymore. So get the States mentality out. Panama is not going to conform to the way you think how things should be from the States.
Does the house, since we're on water, does the house or the town or the condo have a reserved water tank? Why is this important? Many times, like Dubs even said at the beginning, here even in the city, there will be plant maintenance. The entire plant has to be maintained. So they have to kill water in certain sections of the community. Panama City is the first to be restored on any outage. Panama City is the largest place. It's the largest area per population that they have.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
So your hour and a half out that you're sitting there going, oh, we're only an hour and a half from the city, because I know y'all see those videos too, and people go, oh, we're only an hour and a half from the city. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're only 40 minutes from the city. Let a power plant go down. Let the electricity go down. Let a water pump go down. You're going to realize how far, because of the fact that you weren't important. And I know that sounds so ugly.
Yeah, that's the way she put it.
But no, the city looks at it as you all are going to have to go without so we can get everybody in the city back restored.
They line up stuff based on population. And the farther you are from the city, the less populous you are, and therefore you're
going to be the last. Yeah. It's not saying you're not going to have it, but then there's also conservation. Sometimes it's not even about the fact that a plant is being maintained. A lot of times daily, and this is no lie, daily, from as far out as Aralahan, which is not far, 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away, and further than that, Chame, Coronado, all those places, daily you're going to lose internet and water, daily. It just depends on how long and how fast they're going to pull you back up. It is about maintenance. It's about filling whatever the pump is that they got to give everybody water. They have to fill it back up so everybody else can have water that day. So they kill it. And it's typically a set time every day that you're not going to have electricity, water, or internet. Sometimes all of them the same day. It might be 30 minutes. It might be 4 hours. But it's something that if you didn't really necessarily know, I didn't know that coming out here, I was going to lose this daily. Every single day. But my rent was so inexpensive. Yeah, your rent was inexpensive, but now you might need a water tank, a pump, installation, maintenance, and those things cost money, because the owners you will find, especially if you are in a house, because there's not many condos and towers the further out you are. The owners you will find are not going to take on the responsibility of adding you some AC. Or adding you a backup water tower. And they'll sit there and tell you in a minute, Miss Brenner, you can put it in. You can put it in, but they're not going to help you. They're not going to take on the financial responsibility of you sitting there. So when you sit there and come through and you go, ooh, there's no AC units. Can I have an AC unit? Listen to what you just said. Can I have an AC unit? Mr. Owner is going to say, yeah.
You buy it.
You heard he's going to buy it. No, he said, you asked him, can I have an AC unit? He said, yeah.
Means you can buy it.
You can go buy one. You can go to Do It Center and you can go to Novi and you can go buy one and you can put one in. He didn't mean I'm going to take it on and I'm going to put it in. He didn't mean that.
What's Do It Center?
He didn't do it. He didn't mean that. All right. So now we're going to talk about power outages. We were segueing into that. Let's talk about the electricity. There can be intermittent power outages depending on where you live, even here in the city. For the reason that you want to have a backup water tank, even in the city, and a backup generator, even in the city, is because of the fact that those do happen. It just happens. And one thing that you want is that the livelihood, the living inside your unit continues. Most buildings are going to have backup generators for the common areas, the elevators, the lights, but you want one that's going to have it in your unit. Your actual unit. When they don't have power, you still do,
That's a price point thing. And you're not going to get that.
Right. No, you're not getting it on power. So I'm just saying, so how long is that going to be? Now imagine it's hot. The AC is off. The refrigerator is off. No Wi-Fi. And if you're working remotely, your computer is now running on battery. If your water system depends on a pump needs electricity. It can also be affected as well.
Well, if you ain't got no internet.
That's what we're talking about. That's what we're saying. Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm saying if your computer's working, it don't matter.
No.
You ain't got no internet.
What does the budget conscious expat sometime end up purchasing? Well, a lot of people are going to sit there and go, well, then I'm going to get backup batteries. That's fine. You can do that. Power banks, the UPS systems, mobile hotspot, maybe even a generator, depending on the property, because the owner doesn't care what you buy. You making yourself comfortable. Again, these are hidden costs that maybe you didn't consider. You only working with this WNIC. You only have $1,000
left.
I don't know what kind of, you're going to get a ceiling fan this month, and next month you're going to get the backup generator. I mean, that's all we're not doing. You come here with savings. We're doing the fact that we're talking about the $1,500 a month person. Your place to stay is $500. You have $1,000, and I just listed some things that you might also have to purchase to make sure that the property that you at, that you can be comfortable when you have those outages. All right. So how nobody is included in that little cute thing on the, those videos, how I'm living in Panama on $1,300 a month. They rarely do they ever sit there and go, I have no AC, I have no hot water, I can't wash my butt, all these different things with no hot water. They don't talk about that part. They never include that part. They always make it seem like they live in how off the hog and everything is good. But that is a part that needs to be mentioned. Roads and rainy season. It's rainy season right now in Panama. The only area that has pretty much made the news daily for consecutive flooding, is Cherokee, Boquete, Bocas del Toro, those areas. The city will flood in some areas that have bad drainage problems, but the city in a whole does not flood. Again, this is not the city is better than the country is better than the beach. We're just telling you about,
we're giving you the real stuff.
The city will flood too, depending on where you live.
And the whole planet flooded at one time.
Yeah, we haven't been on the street that flooded, but if somebody does a video on their street in Panama City, I don't want somebody to sit there thinking, well, you're just feeling like Panama City don't have any issues. I never said that. Some people sit there and go, well, if you just move further out, everything's going to be cheaper. It's going to be more affordable. They're right. They're all right. That's correct. That is correct. It can be, but you're probably going to get more house. We will be not being truthful if we don't say that. Our condo that we're in right now is almost 4,000 square feet. It's 3 bedrooms, 5 baths, 4 living areas, and the kitchen and terrace, that kind of thing. And that's not a brag. That's just to say everybody thinks that everything in the city is small. That's what I'm sharing that for you for. People have made this statement be that the reason they moved out the city was so that they could get large, as if everything in the city is a studio. Everything in the city is not a studio apartment. You can get large at a price point. You're going to get more large or at a less price point the further out you go. I think we all agree with that, right? Everybody agree with that part there. You're going to get a yard. They're more than likely can get a land. You're going to have beautiful trees, privacy, peace and quiet. Those that really need to have peace and quiet. And most of the time, they're going to have more affordable rent. Sounds perfect? Everybody going to sound good?
Not so much.
Not so good? Until May, June, July, August, September, October, November. That's the rainy season. The road that looked fine when you visited in the dry season. Remember you came in February and you said, baby, this is what we want right here. I want good. That.
Oh, this nice.
That's the house. Look at it. I can picture us barbecuing out there. That's the house. Yeah. And then you come back because you never really thought about the fact that the road wasn't paved. You really didn't think about it.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got something.
Yeah.
You ain't got no car.
Well, we're not on that part. We're going to that.
You're in the country.
But the road is not paved. You have gravel. Do you have dirt? Does it flood? Are there potholes? Is there a proper drainage? Can your little car make it through? Can a taxi make it through? As Dub just said. Can an ambulance make it through? Because here's the thing. If you can't leave your house during rainy season, you just got held captive. You're held captive because you can't get in or out without somebody pushing you, or you got to wait till 2-3 dry days before somebody can come down the road, or you got to go out the road. We get asked a lot of times in the Butler Brigade, for the rainy season, do I need rain boots? Not in the city, But if your butt is out here with some of these places that have dirt roads, you probably do need some rain boots because you're gonna have to be trekking through some mud.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Stay out of the water, man. Stay out of the water.
You did say $200 in rent, but now every time it rains hard, you're wondering whether you can get out. And that is not necessarily going to be a bargain. It really isn't. Chat question. Another question for the chats. Another question for the chats. Anybody living in Panama right now, tell our people what different or how different does your area look during the rainy season compared to the dry season? Put that in the comments. People need to actually hear from people actually living it. Put where you live, not down to the floor and all that kind of stuff, just the general area, and how different is it from rainy to dry? If there is, some might put, like Doug and we would put San Francisco, no difference.
Yeah, it's wet.
It's a quick wet, but we're not affected. We have overhang for pull up for the Uber ride. Our storage unit and our 2 parking spaces are in covered parking. So for us, it doesn't make any difference, but that's us. We're in San Francisco, again, by Multi-Plaza Mall. Transportation, we're going to talk transportation. Americans love saying, I'll just Uber. Dub shared this at the very beginning when we started this conversation, and all ride share is not necessarily available the further out you are from the city. It could be a slow response, no response, or you're going to have to use multiple transportations to get where you need to get. What do we mean? Walk a minute, get down to the bus stop, take the bus, let the bus take you more into town. From town, get an Uber pickup from there, or a city bus that can then bring you into the city. You see how I just had to name a few different stops that you might have to do. You might have to do a little bit more, I don't know, stacking up. So in Panama City, yeah, it's absolutely much easier. Other populated areas, maybe. But once you start going further out, smaller towns, beach communities, rural areas, you may not have the same rideshare availability that you're used to. You may have to take more taxis. And then some people are sometimes uncomfortable with that because they're totally being told, leave them taxis alone. But now the further out you are, you're having to take taxis. And so you're like, wait a minute. You might have to rely on buses. Informal transportation. What do I mean by that? Not necessarily the bus, but the shorter shuttle that someone has basically started them a transportation service, that they'll take you to the bus stop in their shuttle. Walking, you're going to have to depend on Jack and Jill. You're going to have to depend on, or you might actually need a car. As Doug said, there is a point where you just might need a car. And that might not have been in the budget with $1,000.
It's awfully tight.
We didn't even, remember when I was naming those 20 things? We didn't mention car insurance, gas, because we're under the assumption you don't need a car.
Right.
We're under the assumption you don't need a car. But then if there happens to get a time that you need a car, you only had $1,000. If you're coming in late, you're coming in later, and you're trying to figure out what the heck are y'all talking about? What is this topic? It's living in the $500 a month place with a $1,500 a month budget. So you have $1,000 expenditure. If you're just now coming in, that's what we're talking about. All right. So let's do the math. Suppose condo A, apartment, house, whatever you want to call it, costs $350. But it's way outside of town. You need a car, gas, car insurance, maintenance. You're going to have to get you some oil changes, tune-ups.
It helps.
One thing that Dub and I'm sorry, but I'm going to come back to that. One thing that Dub and we laugh when people first get here. They're like, why are there so many pet stores and car washes in Panama City? And they could be in other parts of Panama, but we're definitely going to Panama City. You have salt water here. You're right here at the ocean, and it rains. So what you're not going to know, for those of you that don't happen to come from Houston, New Orleans, those areas where you need to get that salt water from underneath your car and off your car, you don't realize how much damage that's doing underneath your car. It's damaging it. So the reason that you see so many car washes is because you're supposed to go get your car washed and get that stuff off of there all the time. Not once a month, not once every 2 months, all the time. I would probably say every couple of days. You got to go get it. You have to go get it off. And not just no little quick little rents. You're gonna have to get that off. Anybody that's ever lived in those areas, you already know you have to get that salt water off the car. Otherwise, that is going to be a deteriorating factor in why your transmission don't work, your radiator's going to go out. These are all contributing factors to that.
Car rusting out.
Car rusting out. So you got your repairs. Now, apartment B, condo B, it might cost $600. We don't care where these are.
Yeah.
We keep saying this is not a debate on where they're located. We're talking about number. Okay. All right. But you can walk to the supermarket. At the $600 place, you can walk to the supermarket. You can walk to the restaurants. You can walk to the pharmacy. You take the inexpensive transportation when you need it, because you can go take a $2 and $3 Uber or 37-cent subway ride. Which one at the end is really cheaper, more cost effective? The $350, where you needed car insurance, gas, maintenance, or the $600? Which one at the end is more cost effective?
Yeah, you got to weigh all that.
You can't always go, Doug likes to say it all the time, cheap ain't always good.
No.
And I'm not calling you cheap. We're talking cheap in math.
But
we're talking cheap in math.
You might be sacrificing $1 to save a dime.
You might be.
And that makes no sense to me.
At the end of the day, you could be. Rent is not the whole thing that you need to look at for cost of living. Medical care. We started this earlier, medical care. Now, if you're retired, I really want you to listen to this part. Healthcare. It's important.
Is it healthcare?
Healthcare. Because healthcare access changes dramatically depending on where you choose to live. Doug just had to go do some very minor medical situation a couple of days ago. There was a man that we were sitting next to. He came in from the beach area to have the same x-ray that Cedric was having done. So he came in the day before. He had a hotel room expense. He's in the beach area. He said he was in the Pedesy. That's what he said. He was going to be here for 2 days, meaning in the city. He had rented a hotel. He had the drive up that he had coming in, and then he was going to be here in the city, because where he's at, he don't have access to this type of facility and healthcare. So he has taken it amongst himself to know, when I need these different things done, I'm going to have to leave Pedesy and come into Panama City. For those of you all that keep thinking, well, I can have all my needs serviced in the area that I'm at, that may not be true. That may not be true. You might have to come to the city. And do you have the disposable extra money in your income of that $1,000 to do transportation, do a hotel, and you still got to pay for the actual exam?
And I know somebody's out there to go, well, I just use a credit card. Well, now you got to start making payments on a credit card. You just can't do the minimum payments, because it's just going to stack, and you're just going to.
And eventually you're not going to have the credit.
That's right.
So a town, Pedesy, whatever, may have a pharmacy. There you go. A doctor, a clinic, basic lab work. That's great. But what happens when you need a cardiologist? What happens when you, whoa, that didn't feel right. What was that? What happens when you need a neurologist, an oncologist, advanced imaging, as this gentleman was needing, major surgery, ICU, specialty care? Some of those services may require you to travel to a larger regional center. And it could potentially have to be Panama City. And if you're 30 and healthy, you might be saying, I have to deal with that when that happens. It's just when that happens. But okay, that's fine. And that's fair, because most of us, when we're 25, 30, 35, you're not thinking about that stuff as it happens. You're just not. But if you're 65, 70, 75, 80, you need to really, really think about your health care in conjunction with where you're staying.
Actually, that should be number one.
A inexpensive house that's 2 to 3 hours away from the medical care facility that you may not actually be able to get to, that's not cheap. That's actually living very dangerous.
Seconds count when you have an emergency, y'all.
Very dangerous. Transportation costs, hotel costs, you're gonna have to come into town, family traveling with you costs, and most importantly, time. Time matters during an emergency. It does. When you're having a medical emergency, 2 hours is a long time. And that's if it's perfect driving condition, meaning to get there.
Or you driving yourself while having a medical
or
emergency?
you're waiting on somebody to get you. You're waiting on somebody to come to you. I mean,
2 hours one way, 2 hours back.
time matters.
4 hours by having a heart
Time
attack.
matters when you're having a medical emergency. And
Good
you
luck.
got to think about that. All right, we're going to talk about the critters. We get asked the critters. We'll have a little fun because this is another thing. Everybody loves the pictures of Panama. We see them. Everybody keep talking about this skyline and everything back there. It's beautiful. It's green. It's lush. It's tropical. It's flowers everywhere. Trees everywhere. Mountains, jungles, beaches. Wonderful. But do you know why everything is green? Because it is warm. It's wet. It's humid.
Shoot.
And everything's alive. Everything's fresh. It looks good. So when you move into a tropical ecosystem, depending on where you live, you may see mosquitoes, ants, roaches, geckos, spiders, frogs, lizards, termites, and yes, depending on your location, you may occasionally encounter things that you did not invite to the cookout, okay? If you're living on the 25th floor of a modern tower in Panama City, your experience could be a little bit different. You know, neither one is wrong. I've seen the occasional small gecko. I have. They don't scare me. They don't bother me. I take a broom and push it on out the way. But they're in the hallway. They're outside. I'm in their element. They're not in here with me. I'm in their element. They're outside. But walking down the street, seeing an alligator, no, you don't see that. But
Not here in the city.
Depending on where you're at, you're going to possibly see more items. You're probably going to see, look at that. Oh, it is. Sorry. This is Facebook. I'm trying to see who is this. Which one is this? TikTok. You got about 5 minutes. If you're watching us on TikTok, I do suggest that you go over to YouTube or Facebook. If you're watching us on TikTok, they're giving you about 5 more minutes. They limiting y'all on TikTok. So I'm just letting you know. Go over to YouTube or Facebook. We're on both of those live. So you're going to continue on. You don't have to leave. You're just going to have to carry over TikToker. Come on over to the old people side, TikTok. Come over to the old people stuff.
Seasoned.
Depending on your location, you could possibly see different things. Screens are going to matter. Pest control matters. Sealing the house matters. Keeping food put up and stored away is going to matter. And all that's going to cost money. And most owners in those $400, $500 a month places are not putting in these upgrades for you. They're just not going to do it. This is not me downing them, saying anything different. I'm just showing you that your $1,000 that you have left over, you're going to have to put those upgrades in yourself. That's going to have to go to you. Did you not do the puzzle piece? Yes, I did the puzzle piece. I just did it, Aisha. But it told me I still have 5 minutes. She's asking me. She's trying to help me out. I did do I did it. I just slid it over. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not even worried about it, honestly. Let's talk locations. Let's put this all together because this is where your $1,500 starts to look different depending on where you live. David. Now we're going to talk locations. So we're going to talk locations. David is west area, west. I think this is one of the better places for someone. So now I'm going to give you information on for that person that really is coming to Panama that has $1,500. We've given you the things that you need to be prepared to pay in addition. So in that $1,000, this is what you're going to have to do. If you really are coming, and that is the limited amount of income that you have, I'm going to help you out with some of the areas that you may want to look at other than the city. The city does have economical
every price point
housing as well.
Every price point here.
They have everything from $300 a month to $15,000 a month. Literally.
She ain't joking about that $15,000.
Don't matter. So I'm just giving you, some people just sit there and feel like, I don't want the city. Okay.
Some of us need the city because it's got the hospital.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So David, they do have hospitals. They do have shopping, restaurants, pharmacies, public transportation, normal city infrastructure. It's also one of the next larger cities other than Panama City. It's the second largest city. So if you still want a small city, David is a good choice. A $500 housing budget is realistic in David, but it is hot. People will tell you it gets very hot in David. So you're going to need that AC. You're going to need some form of AC. Factor that electricity into your budget. Okay, you just found the $400 a month place, but now you might have $300 a month electric bills. You're back up to $700-800. What if you walked past an $800 a month place in San Francisco to go get a $500 a month place in David, but now you have a $300 a month electric bill?
I see what you're putting down there. I do.
Something to think about. You didn't think about that. But the budget score is very strong. Infrastructure relatively strong. Boquete. We talk about this one a lot. Boquete. Boquete gives you that cooler mountain climate. It's beautiful. It's popular with the expats, restaurants, community.
It's popular with some expats.
You may not use AC nearly as much. Great, that's fine. But $500 housing is a little harder to find in Boquete. It's a little harder. You may need to live outside the most desirable areas. And once you move further out, transportation and road conditions become more important. Beautiful property up in the mountain roads, wonderful. But show me your road in October. So Boquete is one of those places that when October come, I want you to show me what it looked like when it's been raining for a week. Show me that. That's going to be different. Bocas del Toro. Bocas is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, but island living changes the equation. Housing can cost more. Groceries can cost more. Transportation can involve boats. Infrastructure can be different. Humidity. Oh, baby, it's very humid there. And tropical critter exposure. You're going to see all kinds of critters in that area. Welcome to the Caribbean, as they like to say. So when someone shows you an island paradise for $1,500, you need to ask a lot more questions. This one, I always mess up the name on pronouncing it, but I think it's Penome, Penonome. Penonome.
It sounds good.
Penonome, possibly. My Latin people, help me out. It's more local, normal daily life infrastructure. Housing can be more attainable. But again, where exactly is the property? Is it inside town? Is it outside town? Is there a paved road? Transportation, hospital access. You got to have the whole picture. Chitre, Chitre. One of the places I put high on the list for somebody who truly has a hard $1,500. Hard, that's what you got. Okay. You can potentially find more housing for your money. Services, you have shopping, medical access, restaurants, normal everyday life. It may not look like the Panama Beach Resort fantasy you saw on somebody's thumbnail that they told you about, but your money may work better there. And if I'm retired on a fixed income, that's important. That's very important. Hello, sister-in-law Felicia. Los Dables can also offer strong housing value. You may find a house or apartment substantially cheaper from Panama City or Coronado, but transportation may be more limited. That's that transportation part. So you're gonna have to get a car. Remember you said you only had $1,000 left over. Now you got a car expense, and our list did not include car. Medical specialists may require travel. You're gonna have to go in when you need anything that ends in a logist, ophthalmologist, those type of things.
Specialists.
Yeah. Some houses will have different levels of cooling, hot water, and infrastructure. Going to be an issue. And once you're outside of town, roads become something you're going to have to pay close attention to. It'll go from paved to rocky to dirt to grass throughout. Santiago is another place I would seriously look at if you're on a budget. It is a real working city. Shopping, medical facilities, transportation, everyday services, and without the same international tourist premium. You don't have the upsell by being in the city, but maybe not Instagram Panama. It's going to be more everyday living. That's what you're going to see. Panama City, we're going to always throw in Panama City. Logical reasons. Panama City. It's basically the reverse. You're going to have infrastructure much stronger. Major hospitals, specialists, yes. Uber, yes. Rideshare, yes. Restaurants everywhere, shopping everywhere, modern condos, absolutely. And all of those conveniences are why it is hard to live here comfortably on just your $1,500 if you're not going to do some things that Dub and I like to say. You might have to co-live. Yes. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Roommates, y'all.
You're going to have to co-live. And there's nothing at all wrong with that. That's a great thing. But you are going to have better access to everything. If you're going to go with living in the city, you're probably going to lose a lot of modern amenities. In newer buildings, you're going to have to probably go to an older tower, and you might have to go to a smaller unit. But that's okay. You're in the city and you're living in your budget. So that's just something to consider. You may technically find a $500 studio, but finding one $500 studio doesn't mean that it's normal in Panama City. And as I like to say, when they show you the picture of the unit inside, when you get to that building, when you look at that street, that might totally negate what you want to live at in that $500.
So other layman's terms, y'all, the cheaper your place becomes, the closer you live to the RTD, the rough, tough, and dangerous.
Yeah, it is. You might be in some unmentionables.
Yeah.
That it's not going to be desirable. You're not going to be standing outside taking
nice.
Pictures of your street.
Yeah.
You're not. Chame can give you some beach area living at lower prices, especially as you move inland. But again, the magical phrase, as you move inland. I think everybody understands you're not going to have no beachfront property with the infinity pool and the coconut trees for $500.
Nah.
If that's the case, we all moving there.
No, we not.
But you're going to have to talk about the roads. The roads are not paid. Transportation, water, internet, distance from stores, distance from hospitals. A cheap beach area property can work beautifully for the right person, but you need to know what you're signing up for. Coronado. We hit Coronado area. Everybody loves Coronado, the beach, the restaurants, the supermarkets, expat community. It is very big there. Medical services, modern condos. And that is exactly why the $500 housing budget becomes challenging. It's just that. It's a beachfront area. If somebody tells you that they're living in Coronado for $500, ask where. Where?
Ooh.
Tell me where.
Ooh. So what you
tell me the condo, tell me your unit, tell me the floor, how far from the beach, what kind of property, what amenities, is it furnished, are the utilities included? Because the beachfront condo Coronado lifestyle people picture and the $500 Coronado lifestyle may be two completely different things. Cologne, y'all know Cologne was gonna make the list. Come on, that's where our more Afro-Panamanian melanated brothers and sisters are. But location matters enormously. I can't even talk.
Enormously.
There you go. Look at the exact neighborhood. Look at transportation. All parts of Cologne are not desirable, as Dub just said.
The rough, tough, and dangerous.
Look at the medical access. Look at water. Look at flooding. Look at the infrastructure. Cologne doesn't necessarily have a lot of money to rebuild the things that they need to because they are considered a UNESCO area. And if you know anything about Cologne and you visited before, they think of New Orleans. So until you rebuild the French quarters, it's going to not look desirable. And the people of Cologne don't necessarily have the finances, the taxation to rebuild it. And they do not also, and the companies that can come out do not want to rebuild to restore it to look just like it just did. They have very strict guidelines if you're going to be in a UNESCO area, and that's what Cologne is. So when you go, a lot of people say it looks run down, but they don't know the history as to why.
That's right.
It's not, it looks run down because the people don't want to do anything. It's the restrictions that they have on being a UNESCO area and to have to rebuild it.
And soft plug, if you want to know more about the Cologne area or Panama in general, Theo Jolly, historian, man, he knocks
Theo Jolly.
Theo Jolly.
Yes, sir.
Theo Jolly.
Darien is probably one of the strongest examples of why cheap does not equal easy. Darien, housing may be inexpensive, but depending on location, healthcare, roads, transportation, internet, shopping, emergency access all become bigger considerations. And for the typical American retiree moving overseas for the first time, that might be a much bigger adjustment than they're prepared for. And if you've ever not heard of the Darien Gap, you might want to look that one up. Darien is also one of the few areas that when you do come to Panama, it is actually listed on the vaccine list, that there are some things that you will have to get vaccinated and get if you're going to live in the Darien area. I do see y'all questions. We are going to come to them, but we are not there yet. So here's what I want everybody to understand. I'm not telling you don't come to Panama if you only have $1,000. We already hit that. We answered that at the very beginning. I didn't say that. That's not my message. I am saying you have to match your budget to the right part of Panama.
That's what she
because said. There's not one Panama. There's Panama City, Beach Panama, Mountain Panama, Island Panama, Small Town Panama, Rural Panama, Local Panama, Luxury Panama.
Volcano
you know,
Panama.
There's Volcano Panama. They have islands right here that we can see right now that the average home starts at $6 million. That we can see right here. The average starts at. You didn't hear me say start. That means when you in the 6 million, they going, oh, who let them in? You on the low end.
You ain't got to worry about that.
You on the low end.
My checking account, don't worry.
There is stuff everywhere. The real $500 rent checklist. All right, everybody that really only have that $1,500. Remember, we're helping you with that. When somebody tells you I found a $500 rental, I want you to ask these questions. But listen. Does it have hot water? Does it have AC? What's the electricity bill with the AC running daily? Daily. Does it have a reserve water tank? How often does your water go out? How reliable is your electricity? Is the road paved? What happens during rainy season? Does the road flood? Can I get an Uber? Anytime. 11 o'clock at night, can I get an Uber? 6 o'clock in the morning, can I get an Uber? Are taxis available? Do I need a car? How far is the supermarket? How far is the pharmacy? How far is the hospital? How far is a major hospital? What kind of pests or wildlife are coming around your house? Does it have screens? Is pest control included? Is the house furnished? Are appliances included? Big one. Most people don't know that one.
Your house can not come with a refrigerator, stove, or anything.
Anything.
It's just a shell.
What happens if something breaks? $400 or $500 a month house, most of the time the owner is looking at you.
You gonna fix it.
There's a price point that your owner is going to take care of the unit because they don't want you to leave. And you're paying them to take care of the unit. One cannot possibly think that an owner who you're paying $400 a month to is going to break his neck to put in 3-4 AC units that cost on average $250 to $500. If that was the case, he would have already have done that before you moved in.
Facts.
Why does the house not have AC? He would have already done it. He's going to tell you, you can do it. You can do it. What happens if something breaks? Now we're talking about the cost of living. We did say how close is the closest pharmacy. That's one of the major ones. The $1,500 emergency test. Here's the last test. You've paid everything this month. You paid the rent, lights, water, internet, phone, food, transportation, medication. You have $250 left. We're basing it on the fact that you didn't need a car. We praying you didn't need a car. Girl, you didn't need no car. Now your phone dies. Gone. You dropped it. You're going down the steps. Drop the doggone phone. It cracked. The dentist says you need $400 worth of dental work. Dental insurance is not accepted here in Panama. Like you can't put your Aetna down. Now, you might have American dental, which we do. That means you pay, you submit your receipt to Aetna Dental, and Aetna Dental is going to give you back your refund. You got to pay first. You have to pay first. Okay? So what happens if you need $400 worth of dental work? Problem. Your family calls, you need to fly back to the States. Girl, mama sick. Girl, sister Susie, she ain't doing good. Aunt Bertha ain't looking right. One of your own kids. Sometimes folks they'll sit there and go, man, we're gonna pray for Aunt Bertha. But when it's their own adult child, they're like, oh, hold up, wait a minute now. I gotta find a way to get back. How do you get back when you didn't have any money?
Extra cash.
You didn't have the extra cash. What happens when your AC unit breaks that you had to pay? Remember, you had to buy the unit. The owner's not paying for it. What happens when your refrigerator dies? Because we just told you that most of the places like that don't come with appliances. So when the refrigerator dies, that's why I keep using the phrase $1,500 a month can be possible. It can be, but it can also be very financially fragile. It can be very financially fragile. One emergency and you're done. So we want to hear from you. If you currently live in Panama, tell the people in the comments, what area do you live in? If you want to share a range, What do you pay in rent? A range. You don't have to give it down to the penny. You can say between 1,000 and 1,500, between 1,500 and 2,000, between 5,000 and 8,000. You can say whatever you want to say. You can say 400 to 300. It don't matter. What do you pay in rent? Do you have hot water? Do you have AC? So you can just put there and say, I have all, or I don't have. It's probably easy for you to say the things you don't have. If you happen to be in a budget conscious location, put what you don't have. How often do you experience outages? Do you have a reserve tank? How are your roads during rainy season? And how far are you from major medical care? Can you use Uber? And most importantly, what do you actually spend per month? Not just rent, everything, if you don't mind sharing your budget, because that's how people make more informed decisions. And if they keep seeing people do the clickbait, you can live in Panama in a $500 a month place, it's clickbait. Because realistically, they're not telling them what all you need or what all you're losing.
That's right.
What all you're losing when you live in those places.
Because y'all can find them. You absolutely can find them. But the American standard of living, you won't live in any of them places because the standard of living there ain't what it is in the States.
Right.
It ain't.
Right. So you can do it. We're never going to sit there and say you can't do it. I really do hope that was helpful. I hope the people that are really working with a limited budget, and we know there's a lot of people that's doing that.
I got a limited budget, y'all.
There's a limited budget, but we do feel that there's a lot of people that's making the $500 house, the $400 house look amazing. And a lot of times they don't tell you the things that are wrong with it. You only hear about it or they moved. You're like, hey, what happened to the place that you was up in the mountains and you hit the backyard with the swing? They're like, oh yeah, I don't live there no more. Dang, what happened? They never tell you. So I think that's the part that I feel that some people are really missing. And again, this is not a debate on live in the city, don't live in the city, live in the mountains. We don't care where you live.
But you gotta live somewhere, y'all.
But you need to know what you could be possibly getting when you get those places, any place, wherever that is. All right, here we go. We got questions, Dub.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get some of these. I'm gonna go from the bottom here. Go from
the bottom to the top.
Yeah, I'm gonna go from the bottom. Get this one here. Let's see. I'm on YouTube right now, so if you got questions and Facebook and TikTok, I guess TikTok did stay on.
It did.
Look like it stayed on.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think. Am I still on TikTok? Somebody give me a thumbs up, TikTok.
Thumbs up, heart, something.
DCRV for Joe. In my opinion, you can't. It's hard to find a place to rent for $1,500, even in PCP. $1,500. You can really find places in PC. Now, if you mean the unit to rent for $1,500, I think you can find a lot of places in the $1,300 to $1,500 a month place. Shoot, our place that y'all did 60,000 views on, most people will be very shocked. It was under $1,600.
Sure was.
The first place that got 60,000 views. So now, if you mean 1,500 all in, limited, and I agree with you. I 100% agree with you on that. We say $2,500 realistically a month as a solo person.
But on our first place, y'all, our budget in general was $2,500 for that first year, and that included our rent. $2,500, and we lived just fine on $2,500.
Sure did. So that's also maintaining still a place in the U.S. as well. Correct. Cash, $100,000 is gone. Now you're talking to a different audience. Okay. So how much is it to live in PCP in San Francisco? Again, I don't know whether when you came in Panama City, in San Francisco, let me give you a couple of things. Most units, most towers do not include what we say is the service area, the domesticated assistant area, the maid's quarters. I like to say service area. So if you're getting a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, it could possibly have still a service area. So technically you might have a 1-bedroom den or 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom. So you can find those here in the building that we just moved to. I looked it up. They have 1-bedroom, 1-bath with a service area, and it starts at $1,100 a month. On the flip side, I know people that live in the JW Marriott in a studio apartment, and I'm not gonna lie, they can truly walk in, they see they 2 iBurner stove, their bed is also their couch. They have a little kitchenette. They have a bathroom, and that's all. They have no terrace or anything. They pay all in $1,600 a month, but they're at the JW Marriott. They wanted that name For a studio, they're paying $1,600.
But their electricity is $50 a month.
So you're going to have to just know you can find it all. We keep coming back to Panama City, meaning you can find it all. You can find some $300 and $400. I'm not going to say it's going to be a place you're going to want to stay. I would be 100% lying. I mean, I'll be telling you, you're not going to want to stay there. You're not going to want to stay there. Realistically, anything about at a 1-bedroom, $800 a month and up, it's a decent place to stay. I would say that on a 1-bedroom and up, it's a decent place to stay. I would say $800 a month and up.
I would also say my service members, especially the fellas, they can almost live anywhere.
Yeah.
They just used to it, man. We just hunker down. But if I was sending my daughters, there's some places I would never let them live at.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cass, most of the hospitals want some of the money up front. Not necessarily true. There is one in particular, unless you're talking about out in the country. In the country,
we couldn't tell you.
The country
That's
could.
probably true.
Yeah, it's probably true. Pacifica Salud does accept most major insurances because they're under the John Hopkins umbrella. So for those of you all that have still American-based insurance, private pay insurance, not Medicare, not Medicaid, insurance, I definitely suggest when you get here that you register at Pacifica Salud, because at least if you have a medical emergency, your U.S. insurance is accepted. The same way that it is in the U.S. When Cedric had his foot surgery, he didn't have to pay $10,000 for the foot surgery. Blue Cross Blue Shield picked it up right after that, just like it would in the U.S. Same thing.
But we will give you this piece of advice. Take it as you will. We have a credit card set aside. It doesn't have any balance on it whatsoever. It is for medical purposes only. And that's how we get by, because anything can happen, and we're under the reimbursement.
Yeah.
So I don't care, as long as it's under $25,000, we got it.
Yeah. That's 1,000 been yet. The Chinese man, gotcha. I watched this one YouTuber that lives in Boquete, and she said when it rains, there are frogs jumping in the streets. Oh, girl.
Isn't that one of the plagues?
Frogs jumping in the streets. Okay. Yeah, that'd be are they regular frog or like toad frog? But I don't know. Them toad frog,
man.
I can do a regular frog, but them toad frogs, them things are ugly and they loud. That sound.
They slimy and
yeah. Hello. Look like that was kind of it on the YouTubers. Like y'all were answering the stuff. So if y'all have any new ones, we're in Punta Pacifica, $2,300 a month rent, 3,200 square foot ocean and city view, backup generators, no flooding when it rains, rent, food, electricity, transportation, ride share, and entertainment. Thank you, TNT. They spend about $4,500 a month. Thank you for sharing that. People need to hear that. All right. Then we have, all right, Felicia Vickers is hitting us with a whole lot of them here. Do you pay even if you are retired military? I think you mean for healthcare. So, all right. They're really only, if you're outside of the U.S., Felicia, there's only one other country besides the U.S. If you are retired military and you are expecting to go to you have to be retired. I didn't mean to say the word retired. If you're expecting to go to a VA hospital, walk in to a VA hospital just like you do in the States, that's Philippines.
The Philippines, that's correct.
And I'm not gonna say it's the only place. It's just
no,
one
it is
okay.
One place outside.
It's Philippines. So if you're outside and of course, if you're enlisted, you can go to the base. But I'm saying we're going to people that you can't go to the base. I mean, you're not working for Uncle Sam anymore.
Right.
So
it's my retired people.
You got my retired people, or you did your time. You're a veteran.
But there's the FMP, Foreign Medical Program.
Foreign Medical Program. So that's what. So there's only one hospital outside the U.S. You can just walk into a VA hospital. What people do that are veterans, if you have a service-connected disability, you're eligible for a foreign medical program. Foreign medical program allows any of your prescriptions and anything that deals with that ailment,
the treatment,
to be seen by a healthcare professional that is licensed and approved under the Foreign Medical Program. In Panama, there are plenty of them, plenty. We happen to utilize one that we go to for Cedric's service-connected disabilities. So let's just say Cedric has sinuses. That's a service-connected disability. Well, with sinuses, just your allergy medicine, That can be a stopped up nose. That can be itchy eyes. That can be a headache. That can be irritated eyes. That can be a scratchy throat. All of that. If he ever has any of that, that's a service-connected ailment to his service-connected disability. He can go see that doctor and get something for that. Go ahead.
And then the other side of that same question, hey, Cash, what if you get sick?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
Okay.
As a dependent.
I technically have Champ VA because he's 100% PNT. I can use that here in Panama. It is majority of the time on a reimbursement process. Since it's on reimbursement process, we just go ahead and we use our Blue Cross Blue Shield Fed anyway. So I did this post the other day. If you want to be technical, Cedric and I have 7 different healthcare insurances or plans. What are they? Blue Cross Blue Shield Fed, because he's a retired federal employee. Aetna Optical, Aetna Dental, because they were also part of his Blue Cross, part of his retirement plan. As far as laying down a health card, going in and going, I don't owe nothing, Blue Cross Blue Shield is the only one that is accepted here for us, that we can just put the card down and the provider is paid from Blue Cross Blue Shield, just like in the States. There are doctors that Blue Cross Blue Shield Fed will give to us to let us know who we can go to, just like in the States. You can't go to Mr. Man over here, but you can go to Miss Lady over here because they're covered, okay? You have to do that. Or we can go whoever we want to go to, and the whole thing is covered because we're paying it and they'll reimburse us. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to tell you then, Blue Cross Blue Shield gives you a number. Since you're overseas, you contact them and they'll do everything.
They'll do. So that's Blue Cross Blue Shield Fed, Aetna Dental, Aetna Vision. He then also has, he's a VA service-connected disability. So technically he has VA, but we're not using it here because there's no VA hospital, but his FMP is covered here. We have Champ, which is for me, but again, I don't use it here because if I'm going to do reimbursement, we feel like we're just going to go ahead and do it with Blue Cross Blue Shield. And we purchased a plan here called SIM. There's an acronym for it. It means something, but it's SEMM. Think of it like a minor emergency care plan that will also come to you for ambulance care and home health visits. So they will also come to you if you need to. Panama is very old school. Doctors and hospitals and caregivers will still come do house calls. So they actually will do house calls if you happen to be sick. And I'm missing one. I can't think of it right now. Who it is? There's one more in there that we have. Oh, Medicare. Because of the fact we have, I forgot about that. We have Medicare, but again, I'm not using it because it's no good here. It starts with Medi. I'm not using it. So I think that kind of helped answer all the questions. I know it was a lot, but you basically want to know, even a veteran, can they get health care here? On a service-connected ailment, they can. You're going to find that the healthcare is so affordable here, most people pay out of pocket. Not saying people living high off the hall. Some do submit it for reimbursement depending on the coverage that they have, and some just sit there and go, I'm just going to pay $40 to get my teeth clean. I ain't worried about it. Like, I'm not submitting it to anybody. I'm going to go ahead and get this cavity done. It was $25. These are not made up prices. These are real prices. Most people coming from the States are concerned with healthcare because we think American prices. Right. But if you know you can go get your teeth cleaned for $40, you can go get a root canal for $75, you're like, well, shoot, what the heck am I? What insurance? And this is no insurance. This is you just paying for it. You just paying for it.
It's different here, y'all.
It's totally different. You need to know about the house to rent in Costa Verde. Costa Verde, that's considered a housing community. We actually did a video on the top 10 places to stay at that's better than Costco Viejo. Costa del Este. That's correct. I do suggest that you go watch that one. It's not me pushing you off on that video. It's just that we actually show you examples. We tell you the pros and cons about those different areas. Looks like you are on Facebook. So you might not be aware that we have a YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel, pull up DemButlers. It's spelled just like the Facebook that you're looking at right now, DemButlers. You're going to look for the video that says top 10 places to stay at that is better than Costa del Este. And Costa Verde is one of the places that we list. We give you the average cost of living, what you get from that neighborhood, and pros and cons. You might really have a benefit out that video. Hi, thanks for the great advice. Recently saw a post where one relocation company posted that a Panama City hospital is now able to process Medicare billing. Any chance you could dig into this for those? Again, you guys are crossing information. I can't say it too many more times. Once you have residency,
Applied residency.
It means you have a temporary visa, a permanent visa, or an e-cedula. Unfortunately, when people are giving you information about Medicare, they're telling you they're crossing things. They're telling you Medicare is covered when you're traveling. You're not traveling. Think about this. A relocation company, most of the time, you're coming down from the United States on their tour, on vacation, to see if you like it, and then you're going to take your wonderful self back to the U.S. By definition, you were traveling. That means if you get off that plane and you fall down and you break your leg, Medicare will cover you. You don't live here. But Medicare will cover you if you did that in China, Jamaica, Bahamas. It has nothing to do with Panama. It's you're traveling. Once you have residency, you're not traveling anymore.
Once you apply for residency, it's once you sat down with a lawyer and you started the process, you're no longer traveling.
You're not traveling. And I know it's 6 to 1 happening, and that's the one thing that people keep crossing, and they sit there and go, but I have Medicare Advantage and I have Medicare International. You do not have to listen to us. You don't even have to believe us. Call Medicare. And don't give them a little bit of information. Don't say, I'm considered. No. If I live in Panama, I live there. I'm not visiting. I live there. I have residency. How do I use Medicare?
And y'all, and somebody's going to say, well, I just won't tell them I live there. Hey, y'all, when you started a residency program, immigration has your info. And if they ever cross-reference and you're trying to get over, you've done fraud with the U.S. government. I wouldn't want to be in that boat.
I wouldn't either. What is the best area to rent a 1-bedroom apartment near or on the beach in Panama? Can't really give you that because best location, and I know what you guys, I know what you're saying when you're asking us this. Best, walkable, affordable. That's all subjective.
Yeah, that's based on your life.
That's subjective. What if best to me at the beach is, I don't know.
You like the black sands.
I like black volcano sand. I like 360 views. I like Florida ceiling windows. I want at least 5 bedrooms, 3. That's best to me. I don't want a neighbor. I want the penthouse. That's best. And I know you're going, whoa, okay. But that's best to me. Best is subjective. So the greatest thing I can ever give you, the best information I could ever give anyone is reach out to a realtor in Panama. You do not have to be in Panama to connect to a realtor. Realtors in Panama, 99% of them will do a consultation for free via Zoom on the phone. Now, they're not going to sit there with you for 10 hours talking to you. It's going to be 30 minutes to an hour.
That's it.
They're going to do a consultation. They're going to find out your wants, your needs, your budget, what you can't live without, what you must have. They will then think of it like back in the day when they used to do the apartment relocator people. They would come up with the whole list.
Apartment locators. Yeah.
You remember they used to come up with the list for you, and they would say, this fits your need. That's what you need. That's what they're going to do. There is no fee. Now, when they get ready to start doing things for you and walking you in the places, because this is where people have confused. The places here in Panama, you're going to need a realtor to do the deal. You're going to have a realtor. So you need to, in order to be able to go in and see some of these places, you're going to have a realtor. So you might as well go ahead and connect with a realtor now. Go ahead.
The reason you need a realtor, when you go into a condo here, y'all, there's a security person at the door in the lobby. The condos here are owned by individual people. So you might have a condo that's got 200, you got a building that's got 200 different condos. Each one of those condos is owned by an individual. And if that individual is not there to show you the apartment, the condo, the people downstairs that open the door for you, they have no way of getting into that place.
All right.
None. And they ain't going to even let you up.
So that's just something to consider. You're going to have a realtor. You're going to have your realtor there. So the other question was, do you recommend we would be moving to the beginning of the year to Panama? Beginning of next year, you need to reach out to a realtor now.
Yeah.
Now, it is never too early. It's never too early to connect with the realtor. As much of abundance of real estate that there is in Panama, there's an abundance of real estate. It also goes quickly. Your realtor can only show you what's in their book. So if you feel like you might be a little specific, and there's nothing wrong with us being particular and specific, the better legs up that you give them, the better it's going to be. Also, a standard lease in Panama requires a 60-day notification to move out. That means if you're trying to move in January, notices on anything available is going out in November. And that's it. I mean, if you think about it, except for everybody that's just already empty. So you're going to be looking at that's November at best, but you can start now. The more time they have to find something for you, especially if you feel like I'm particular in my wants and needs, that's the better it's going to work for you. It's never too early. We connected with our realtor when we came here in February. Mm-hmm. At that time, we were planning on moving in October that year. So you're hearing that. We connected with our realtor in February for an October move. We left him our deposit. We were comfortable with that because if he then connected with us and said, this is available, we wanted him to be able to just sit there and put the deposit down. That's not the normal. You don't have to do that. I don't want nobody sitting there going, I don't know this. I don't know them. They're not, I'm not giving them no money. You don't have to. But you need to also then be able to figure out if something comes available, you're going to have to do transfers and wires so that you can take it off the market. We knew if we found something, we didn't want to be held up with all of that. So we just want to just get something.
And y'all, there's a fee to transfers and wires. There's no free way of getting money into Panama.
No, there is no fee for a realtor to help you find a place in Panama. No, not to help. There is no realtor fee. We've done a video with Omar Ramsey. We also those of you that happen to be watching us on Facebook, not just Omar Ramsey, we did a meet, which is what we call a networking event with two other realtors. All of them even said not to help you find a place. They might have fees connected with other things. Driving you around, doing your lease, helping you move, those are fees, and you need to get that quote. But to help you find a place, it is illegal for a realtor in Panama to charge you a fee to help you find a place. I did not say that there would not be a fee associated with their other services.
And y'all, you're going to need them other services.
The other services is what they might charge a fee for, but this is not a surprise. You'll get a quote for those other services.
Put it in
I don't want you to just feel like they're going to, they're going to send you this $1,000 bill and you're like, whoa, what's that for? No, you have to sign up for those other services.
A legit real estate professional.
Yeah, a legit real estate stuff.
Because a lot of the Facebook stuff you see is not legit.
That's correct. Thank you so much for chiming in on that on YouTube. Everyone's best is not the same. No, it's not. Everyone's best is not the same. I know the question you were trying to ask, sister or brother. I don't want to beat you up on what's the best area. I know what you're trying to ask. I'm just saying that's very subjective. Everybody's best is subjective. I mean, it just is. We had, what else here? Sorry, I'm leaning up here. What about simple vacation spots somewhere to spend like 2 weeks at a time? Alicia Vickers. Don't throw this.
Call me. I'll talk to you.
That's my sister-in-law in case y'all laughing right now. Okay. All right.
You got to get a passport first.
We have a WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group. It's called the Butler Brigade. If you would like to join the WhatsApp group, please send me an email to DemButlers, DemButlers 972 @gmail.com. I will send you the link to join the WhatsApp group. Why do you need the WhatsApp group? Well, I'm going to help you right now, sister-in-law. The WhatsApp group has nothing to do with the fact that it's only for those that are here in Panama. You need to build your community before you even get to Panama.
Facts.
Many people have found by being in our WhatsApp group, Panama is not right for them. They're not ready for Panama. What they thought was going to be the plan is not going to be the plan. The date they thought they were going to move is not going to work due to children in school.
Especially children in school.
Didn't realize how much it costs to ship animals and the rules and regulations for animals. Just not having the realistic expectation. They thought that their health care or Medicare, Medicaid was going to be accepted because somebody one time on this person's channel told them, yes, it is. They were riding with that. And now with their 8 ailments, their high blood pressure, their cancer, their lupus, they realize, oh, I'm not going to be able to get insurance. And that changed the plan. So in being in our WhatsApp community, it has gained them the knowledge that they did not realize that they were missing from just watching people's YouTube videos, because their YouTube videos are typically from their perspective and not necessarily can answer all the questions that you need. And there's nothing like seeing 2,500 people, their perspective and what they did. Because it's not just me, Dub and I talking.
No.
It's a community. It's a community.
Of people that are here.
We have more than 35 subgroups that ranges in everything from people with children, people with pets, your veterans, your sisters only, your sisterhood. By sisters, I don't mean melanin skin, I mean women. We have the group that's called the Golden Explorers. It's for those over 62 because they have their own concerns and issues that are related to relocating out of the country. We have the Millennials, another group that's also moving here. So the group that happen to be watching us that's 35 to 45, you have your own subgroup. We have those that are doing the remote worker and looking for roles. They want to leave the country, but they need to also still have a job in the U.S. They get that assistance there. We have a group that deals with expat life and travel tips, which is what you just asked. Where can I go? And the reason that I said you need to be in the community is because someone else just asked the best beaches in Panama. Panama City itself does not necessarily have beaches, not in the city. There's no walkout beach. The closest beach is about 30 minutes outside the city. But I went through and gave them about 20 different places because when most people come, depends on what you want. Some people want city life, nightlife, partying. Some people want fishing, relaxing, adventure. Some people want all-inclusive vacation, sand, and that just depends on where you need to go. So that's why that information is there. You get some people that come that like restaurants, they want to come and eat. Some people want to just do different things. They want to come listen to live music. All these are subgroups in our WhatsApp channel. We are about the only WhatsApp group that has all those groups. And we do not require you to be in Panama to join our group.
Because we want you to, once you get here, we want you to have a community before you get here. It's nothing like knowing people where you're going.
Thank you, Aisha. Aisha saying, oh, y'all still here. I thought we were. I wasn't sure. Yeah, I think we are still here, TikTok. So we are about one of the only groups that do allow you to not be in Panama to join. We do find, and we give a lot of free information. That's another thing. Dub nor I, DemButlers Corp, the Butler Brigade, we do not charge for any information in our group. Not only do we give free information as far as our YouTube videos, almost 500 of those, we have created 2 onboarding books that are completely free. One is for the person that is thinking about coming to Panama. It's more than 600 pages. We don't charge you for that. It's a PDF. You get it. One is for the person that is traveling or relocating with a child. What is a child? Someone less than the age of 18, because you need your own process. And most people do not realize that that's a horse of a whole nother color. And then the last resource is the fact that we then have a Google Drive of shared knowledge. Think of it just like Wikipedia. And we have more than 400 PDFs, everything that you're going to need, templates, how to start this process. What do you need to be doing 2 years out, 12 months out? How do you pack? What should you pack? how much your shippers, how do you get your mail, how do you vote, how do you get your driver's license? All that's in there. It's all in there. Most of the time when you are watching creators and they're talking about the bumps and bruises and all the mess that they went through in moving to Panama, I'm not saying that they did not have a hard time and they did not fall into issues and trip and everything. And I will not sit there and say that Dub and I are the experts in how to come to Panama. But what we can say is when you tripped and failed and you stumbled and you did all kind of things wrong, but also in that same video, you talk about how you didn't research nothing. You left with your suitcases. You got on the first thing smoking and you were just going to figure it out. Well, you kind of got to expect that you were going to trip and fall with that process. You did no research. And we've made that available. That was a very much part of our lifestyle that we said, well, one thing that we want is for anybody that's considering to move to Panama to be able to have that information for free. Yep. What you won't be able to say is, if I had known this, or if I could have bought this, then I might not have done this. Well, we've given you all kind of resources. And then for those of you all that are AI friendly, we also have our onboarding book that's listed in Claude, one of our wonderful brigaders, what we call our group. He put our onboarding book in Claude AI. So just like how you can type and ask ChatGPT, where's an English speaking OBGYN? You talk to Claude AI, and based on the information in our onboarding book, it will deliver those results to you. So the resources are there. It's just a matter of you joining the brigade. Just join the brigade. Yeah. Many Panamanians insurance companies will not cover pre-existing conditions or hospitals. That's correct.
Correct.
Not just Panamanian. I mean, it isn't. I mean, I know what you're saying, but it's not just Pan. That's how it goes.
And that's how the United States used to be before President Obama.
Yeah.
Pre-existing, it hurt you.
Pre-existing is going to not be good. So
but you can still
private pay.
Private pay. There you go. Private pay.
You can still private pay. I am in the WhatsApp group. Is there a way to get the onboarding books you're talking about in an email so I can download them? You don't need to get them in. Mm-hmm. What you can do is in the WhatsApp group, send me a hi, wave at me. And when you click on the link, so I'm not sure if you understand. When you click on the link, you can download them. I mean, they're just PDFs, but they're 600 pages, but you can download them. You can print them.
I wouldn't do that.
I love it. Well, I know there's some people just old school. I mean, some people, when we got ready to move here, we had a binder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had a
He's laughing. We had a 3-ring binder.
Three ring, 3-inch binder.
I took this organization and this process very seriously. So I understand for somebody who's like, no, I'm just going to download. I'm going to go to FedEx or Office Depot and I'm going to have them printed. Do that. What about, okay, there was that you pay even if you're retired. We already answered that one. Okay, what else is in here? Hello. Any chance you could dig into this? We answered that one. Sorry, I'm reading up here. I asked about the places for the 2 weeks. Yes. No fee for realtors. I'm trying to catch up to these messages, y'all. Reading. Good evening, DemButlers from South Florida. Thank you so much for the relocation timeline suggestions and realtor information. You're so welcome. How do I get access to the free PDF? Again, send me a WhatsApp request. DemButlers, DemButlers, DemButlers 972@gmail.com. Send me an email. I want to join the WhatsApp group. When you join the WhatsApp group, the response I send you back, it already has the link to both PDFs in it. You want to download it, you want to print it, you can do whatever you want to do with it. It's there.
A caveat.
There is no fee for it.
A caveat for you guys who aren't used to WhatsApp: when you first join anybody's WhatsApp group, you don't see history. The only thing you see is from the time you join onward.
That's correct.
So it might look like, hey, there's nothing going on. No, there's a lot going on. It's just give it a couple of days.
I want to know more about Coach Payne. Okay, Aisha. Today I had a workout session. Coach Payne and his wife T. Montgomery, they are in the process of relocating to Panama. They will actually be here until the 16th. their goal was to come here and locate a place to stay. He shared this with us in our boot camp workout today. Coach Payne, if you are in a YouTube or Instagram or social media, he has a huge content following. He's a motivational speaker as well as a trainer, a healthcare provider, trainer. He's both of those. So he does come from a military background, but him and his wife are relocating to Panama. Last week they did a boot camp class, and today they did one as well at Parque Omar at 7 a.m. It was very good. He had about 12 to 15 of us show up. Although he is the primary leader, coach of the group, he definitely wants you to adapt based upon your needs. You know, if you have back pain, he don't want you doing jumping jacks and that kind of stuff just to keep up with the group. But he is also promoting his individual one-on-one workout plans because he is a personal trainer. So you can either work out as a group, as a community for one fee, or you can get your one-on-one personal training. So he and I have decided that we're going to work out. I am wanting to have them guns, that Angela Bassett arms, that Tina Turner back. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So he told me today, it was really funny. He said, all right, you done met your weight loss goal. Stop. Time for some protein and time for some weightlifting, which is something he and I had already discussed, is that we were going to hit the gym and start weightlifting because we have both actually met our weight loss goal and we're not trying to lose any more weight. We have basically maintained our weight. I've maintained mine for over a year. I think you're about 8 months, 9 months at his same goal. We eat out, we eat well, but we do a lot of walking. We do a lot of walking. But Coach Payne let it be known, all right, Cash, you can stop the walking now and you put muscle on. You need muscle because that walking is great cardio. It's great cardio. Say that email again, Darlene Dykes. DemButlers 972 at gmail.com. I know I can download it too large for my phone. I was just trying to see if there was another way to get it on my computer. You just have to download it, the same links. So ZGM2709, do you have WhatsApp on your computer? If so, just go to the WhatsApp on your computer, click on the links and download them on your computer. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to say it. Like you go to the WhatsApp URL and you just download it. But if you want to send me an email, who is that? Whoever I was just talking to, ZGM. I know you're already in the WhatsApp community, but send me an email and just ask for the links. And then I'll just give you the links. And you just have to open it up on your computer and download it. You all are the best. Gary, we know. No, I'm messing with you, Jane. What else we got there? You can put it on your computer, then download. That's correct. Can you elaborate on the weight loss regime? Coach Payne is not necessarily focused on weight loss. He's focused on healthier living. Cedric and I both have lost weight over 4 years. So when everybody's looking at the weight that we lost, we want it to be very quick. We didn't put it on quick and it didn't come off quick. It took over 4 years for us to you lost what, 80 pounds?
I was 245 pounds and I'm down to 170.
So what's that? I don't know. I'm doing
it's
math,
a lot.
baby.
It's a lot.
85 pounds. Yeah,
I
was 225, possibly higher, because at some point I said I ain't getting on the scale no more. I'm being honest. Lying to myself, lying about, man, they making these clothes with weird material now. They sure is getting tighter.
You were just thick.
Woo! I look back at them pictures and I'm just like, wow. We were coming back off of COVID. We were coming back off of being locked up in our houses for 2 years. Probably a little bit of depression, being in the house, thinking you were going to die. I got very sick with COVID. It's probably a whole lot of everything. Then just eating. Shoot, that's what it is. Just eating. Shoot, you don't get fat by looking at food. You get fat by eating food and then not doing anything. So we had one of those days that said enough is enough. Ain't doing this mess no more. I'm not going up past no size 20. I refuse to. I ain't never been that size. I'm 5'5". I was up to a size 20. And I said, today's the day. We did accountability. So the first thing we started doing was we did a little bit of everything. We did a thing called Optavia. I can name about some things were fast, quick things, but we kind of needed that. We needed to see the scale go down. Once we saw the scale go down, that kind of motivates you for some people. We had a health plan called Optavia. It was food was nasty as all get out. We were basically eating what's some things you call them in the military?
Oh, MREs?
We were basically eating MREs. It was nasty. We did P90X for a minute. That really killed us.
That beat you up.
Whoa, we did intermittent fasting.
Still do that.
We basically still do intermittent. Ain't no basically. We do intermittent fasting. What's intermittent fasting? You have a window of when you eat and when you don't, and we just watch what we eat. We did a lot of walking. Cedric learned how to swim. We eliminated, we got our healthcare in better shape. That helps. When you don't have pain, you can get your body back right.
Let's stop working.
Yeah. And he got rid of his work stress, and we just decided to do more. At that time, being 225, this is no secret. I've done videos about it, and I believe in transparency. I basically had pre-diabetes. I had the A1C level was 1 level shy of being diabetic. My doctor, my internist said, we're going to have to get you on. At that time, this was 2020. I was on Mounjaro. This was before everybody started taking all these GLP-1s because they thought they were going to suck fat out. It didn't work that way. It truly was for pre-diabetes for me. In taking it, they realized that my inflammation from me having rheumatoid arthritis, that it went away. I was no longer in pain. I had more clarity, just different things. My health got better. So when my A1C was lower and I didn't have to be on Mounjaro, which was about 3 months into it, 3 to 6 months into it, they took me, Blue Cross Blue Shield would not cover it anymore. But it's at that point, I'm now for the first time in about 30 years, not in pain. So I kept being on the Mounjaro, paid out of pocket, paid between $1,000 to $1,500 a month out of pocket just so I wouldn't be on pain. Then I couldn't get covered on Mounjaro, even paying out of pocket. So they put me on the low dose of Wegovy so that my body wouldn't be in pain. But the caveat was I couldn't lose any more weight. Like I had to, it couldn't be for weight loss. It had to be for pain. So it was truly for just keeping the inflammation out of my body. So from 2 years on it, the last year with any of those, I probably lost about a total of 60 pounds accumulatively in working out, eating better, intermittent fasting. And for the last year and a half, I've maintained being 138 to 140 at 5'5". But I started at 225. That was the long way. I mean, there is no, she said, give me the weight loss, Regina. There isn't one. When everybody asks me, sis, tell me how you did that, what they forget is it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years. That's the part that nobody ever want to chime in on. It's the 4-year part. They're like, you look like you lost weight in 2 months. No, we didn't lose weight in 2 months. We lost weight in 4 years. So we had to stick to it for 4 years. So we didn't gain it in 4 years. I mean, we didn't gain it overnight. It took 4 years to lose it. We've been maintaining it off.
YouTube questions?
Looking. You both look like your clothes shrunk. Oh, okay. Email address. Oh my gosh, y'all. DemButlers 972@gmail.com.
Hey y'all, while we got you here, a lot of people look at our videos, but they never look at the description. Yeah. If you ever look at the descriptions of any of our videos, we always write up what the video is about, all the links to everything, and our email address. But folks, for some odd reason, they never look at the description. And a lot of times the description, so anybody who's on YouTube has a description of their video. And
this is another one for the YouTube people. A lot of people don't realize to subscribe is free.
Yeah.
People, for whatever reason, they think that when they hit subscribe, there's going to be a fee associated to it. Subscribe keeps you in the loop of when that person or channel does a new video.
That's it.
There's no fee. So when he said not going to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, there is no fee. To be a member on our YouTube channel. That can range everything from $1.99 to $4.99. And that's if you want. You see, we never promote membership. We appreciate our boss members. We love our boss members because they do not have to pay for a membership. You do not have to pay for a membership, but when you do get extra privileges for being a member. But just subscribing is free.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for saying that we look like we lost a lot of weight and glowing. Some of that is Panama glow. It's the wetness. It's the humidity. There's a lot of humidity here, so we hope that that's skin elasticity. Weight training will with bone density and protect you from those sidewalks. I did have a bone density test. My bone density test results came back in about 8 minutes. You heard me, 8 minutes. And I'm 53 years old, and my results say I have the bones of a 30-year-old. So I'm all good there. You two look like you lost a lot of weight. You're just going. Thank you so much. We did. We really did. Great job, encouraging, easy way to learn how to swim. He learned how to swim. He was very adamant on that. You would like to learn how to swim at 55. He learned at 53.
52.
52, he learned how to swim. And he was deathly afraid of the water.
Sure was.
He was deathly afraid of it.
But my grandkids could swim and I couldn't. I couldn't let that go.
Yeah. I have rheumatoid arthritis also. Drea, Mounjaro help you for pain, and it is a GLP-1. I think it's a terpicide or whatever they call that. But Mounjaro did help me. Keep in mind, that is not why I was on it. I want that to be very clear. I was on it for being pre-diabetic. In being pre-diabetic, and because I know my body, I was in pain for over 30 years. Like the first time I took the shot, I think said that he checked on me the next morning because I was still asleep at 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
At 9:30 the next morning, I was still asleep. For the first time, I wasn't tossing and turning and moving in joint pain and aching, my back, my neck, my side. I didn't go through all that. So they realized that it was helping with my inflammation. My knees always looked like I had water on the knees. They were big, fat. They were inflamed. I retained a lot of water. So that's what it found out, that it was helping.
And I don't know if she told y'all that because it might have just, that medicine was not covered in insurance. So
No.
She was footing the bill. Then when we get to Panama, guess what? They covered it.
Yeah. Meaning Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Blue Shield, yeah.
Yeah, they covered it when we left the United States. I have subscribe. Thank you, Jerome Johnson. Andrea Sparrow. I too am pre-diabetic with rheumatoid arthritis. I had no idea that it was an option. I connect with your doctor.
Yep.
My internist.
You gotta have a cool doctor.
Yeah, my internist, due to the fact of me being pre-diabetic, did Mounjaro. That is what they opted to put me on. And then I was on it for about 6 months. Once my levels were no longer in pre-diabetic range, I technically did not qualify for it anymore. But my internist knew how much pain I was in with inflammation, and she advocated and she kept writing the prescription for me, but it would not be covered with Blue Cross Blue Shield. We had the private pay for it out of pocket for about 6 months. Wow, you have a testimony. I appreciate that. I'm very transparent.
We try to be.
I try to be. I just believe in each one, reach one, teach one. If you can help somebody else in their journey, they might do that. Now, from my understanding, there are a couple of people we have in the brigade that have shared that they are able to be on GLP-1s by way of Medicare now. And they shared that. I'm not going to throw their names out there, but they shared it in our WhatsApp group. So if you are a Medicare recipient and you are wanting to be on a GLP-1, you might want to reach out. Something changed in the last couple of months, I guess. We're not in the States. Yeah. So something changed that it is now eligible or is covered. And from my understanding, they're now paying between $25 and $50 for Mounjaro as a GLP-1, if you didn't know that. I thought you had to be at least 100-pound weight loss before you considered a candidate. I have no idea. Laverne, my Aunt Laverne, I wasn't on Mounjaro for weight loss. I was on Mounjaro for A1C. I don't know if you can be on Mounjaro for weight loss. Let me just be clear with that. I think with GLP-1s, the ones you're going to do for weight loss, you do have to be a certain candidate in your weight category. Mine was for pre-diabetes. Hence why when I was no longer pre-diabetic, It wasn't covered. So please don't go to your doctor tomorrow talking or on Monday talking about, I was listening to the lady and she said I can be on Manjaro because I got arthritis. That's not why I was on it. I was on it for pre-diabetes. In getting the injection, it helped me with my rheumatoid arthritis. I just want that to be very clear. They say you go tell the story, tell the right story. Tell the right story. I will definitely ask Dr. Duncan first. Yeah, no problem with that. Yeah, ask Dr. Duncan in regards, if you're already here, Drea, in regards to Manjaro and getting it. I think we're just about, it's 8 o'clock. It's our 2 hours. We said we were going to do it for 2 hours. Look like the questions have somewhat stopped. We try to go live, you guys. We're trying to go live. I hate saying you guys. Please realize that I'm not being ugly with that statement. I'm from Texas. We say you guys. This is what we say. Yes, GLP-1s are being covered by Medicare for $50 copay. That is from TNT Bowers. So again, connect with your Medicare person. I mean, I don't know how you get it, but Medicare is covering GLP-1s. I have no idea how. I don't know what your weight under over has to be. You got to talk to them. What else we got here? I think that's about it. Look like we're caught up on most of them. Is under the Medicare Bridge program. YouTube is saying it's under the Medicare Bridge program for those that's under the other chats. Somebody else, the GLP-1s do help with inflammation. Medicare now covers it and costs about $50 if you qualify. You have to call Medicare. Wegovy is specifically for obesity. Yeah, so don't know. Thank you, Felice Nutches. Thank you so much as well, Aisha. Thank you, everybody. Hey, Cass, I found the house today. All right, Maxine. Maxine is the one you say look like Stephanie Mills.
Oh, okay. Great.
I be having to tell Cedric. I be having to tell Cedric who everybody is. He sit there and laugh that I can remember everybody. You guys, and keep in mind, when you see us out and about, please don't ever feel like you can't come over and talk to us. Yeah, we appreciate it. Believe me. And Cedric and I don't want to be bothered. Guess what? We stay in the house. We stay in the house. We don't. By all means, I don't mean like we're celebrities or that kind of thing. We mean that we find people that we see them looking, maybe like, I think that's them. Yeah, I think that's them. And they be talking themselves out of it. Y'all feel free. But if not, we do make ourselves available at the brigade events. What are brigade events, Doug? What are some of our brigade events that we do?
Oh my gosh. Well, we like to hang with TNT, and they have Wind Down Wednesdays.
So we do Wind Down Wednesdays, the first and third Wednesdays of the month. Whether you are on YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok, and you're trying to come to Panama, let me tell you the different things that you can add to your calendar that are continually ongoing amongst other things that we do every month. We still post other events, but these are the consistent ones. First and third Wednesdays, DemButlers Corp presents, hosted by TNT Entertainment Pty. We offer Wind Down Wednesdays, and now we're calling it, well, you can have whatever you like Wednesday. Do whatever you want Wednesday. Wind down, wind up, get loose, whatever you want to do. It is held at the Stadium Bar on the M1 level of the Megapolis Hotel. You don't have to remember any of this. Join the WhatsApp group, and it's posted. On the second and fourth Thursdays, we're at the Martini Bar. Can you hear a little consistency there?
They like to drink.
Is there a theme? We are at the Martini Bar at the Decapolis Hotel. It is the sister hotel to the Megapolis. And it is on the A1 level, I believe it is. Just come up the escalator. And that is where we actually turn up. So we turn up on those Thursdays.
Old people dancing.
Every fourth Monday, we offer Meet, MEET. It is a free resource that we have a theme of the month. It is at the Julian rooftop at the PH Gray, the Gray Tower. Two topics we've done so far are real estate and moving to Panama and relocation. And last month we did, the previous month we did immigration. We had 2 to 3 different immigration firms, actually 4 immigration firms that were able there to be discussing. Next month, or August, we're doing healthcare. So for those of y'all that have been asking about Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, brokers, insurance, doctors, they're all going to be there. Hospitals, everybody's going to be there. If you have a medical question, you need to be at Meet Monday. For those of you that happen to be in the States or not local, we do post said recorded video 1 month from when it recorded. However, if you are a boss member, remember a few minutes ago I said we don't really promote your membership, but if you are a boss member, they get to see the recording instantly. So they see it 30 days before everybody else. If you're a boss member, you don't have to be one. You can wait till it uploads in YouTube. Once a month, on the last Tuesday of the month, we celebrate all birthdays for that month. We call it the birthday hour. It is more than an hour. We party in the middle of the day. Yeah. It is from 12 p.m. to 4 at Caribbean Groove in Costco Viejo. And we celebrate all birthdays. We do $5 drinks. We do 2 for $5 drinks. You got birthday cake. We shine the light on you. If your birthday is anytime from the 1st to the 30th or the 31st of that month, you come out, all birthday people get a free drink and you get to celebrate. And then we do Panama's Got Talent. And that is the second Tuesday of the month. The second Tuesday of the month, maybe the third. I got to go back and look.
It's about to come up.
Yeah, it's about to come up. No, it's the second. It's next week. It's the second Tuesday of the month. Panama's Got Talent is like Apollo meets Star Search theme. American Idol. So you get to come out and your talent can be everything from juggling plates. That's an inside joke. So for those of us that was on the cruise ship, you can be from juggling plates to reading poetry to break dancing to singing. If you have a talent and you would like to let your talent shine, first place gets $50, second place gets $25, third place gets a drink up to $10. We do it every month. These are just some of the things that we do. Some. Go ahead, babe.
Free.
Everything's free. All those things I just listed were free.
Yeah. Now you have to buy your own food and drink if you choose to do so, but you don't have to.
If you're ever looking for Dub and Kaz, TNT, or anyone in the brigade, we're at those events. We're going to be at the brigade sponsored events. That's where we are. In the meantime and in between time, we still attend other things. Like this month, we're doing an Afrocentric drum class painting. You're going to paint drums. We're also doing a rum punch event. We're going to go to rum punch. A lady that's in our brigade by the name of Felice Tillman, she is going to be doing a jazz brunch in the next couple of weeks at El Incondicional. William Horn is also coming, and he's going to be doing he's a saxophonist. We got different things that we also do. The things that I gave you on the calendar are standard. The things I just told you about, they pop up. So these are the different things. But if you ever want to know what's going on, you need to be in the WhatsApp group. So the WhatsApp group is not just for us to be, how do you get immigration? Who do you talk to for this? And this is where we also put stuff out. Yeah, we got a lot on our plate. We sure do. We got a lot going on, TNT. So that part for Wind Down Wednesday or whatever you like. You can do whatever you need. We need a painted, what is this? We need a painter, like someone to paint your house, like an actual painter to paint the outside.
Like a handyman or artist?
Or an artist like to paint you. Okay. Shirley, make sure you are in the WhatsApp group. Go to the digital business card. That's where you can also find services and different things. But when in doubt, yes, to paint the house. Okay. If you need somebody to paint your house, Tanya Bowers had put in the knowledge group, there was a list of contractors, and they have everything from plumbers to painters and everything. You go to the knowledge group, and look up, just put the word painter or look up contractor. There is a list of about 50 contractors in there. You're very welcome. Hello, Ms. Dawn. How are you? We also got, look like that part for Wind Down Wednesday. You need a painter. Okay, we're done with y'all there. You're welcome. Thank you, Felice Nutches. Thank you, Aisha. Yeah, we're getting ready to go. We're getting ready to wind down, everybody. We truly getting ready to wind down. Hey, Butlers. Hello, Tina. Nice to see you again, Maxine. So we hope y'all enjoyed this live. Thank y'all so much for being here. We broke a record. We had YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok.
A personal record.
And Aisha, I guess the TikTok thing did work. Because when I slid the little puzzle thing over, it stayed on, which I had already did that. So I don't know. So y'all broke a record. So everybody that's here tonight, thank y'all so much for allowing us to be on 3 different social media platforms. I thank y'all for being a part of the brigade. Thank you for always showing us love and kindness and even sharing our group to other people. I can't tell you how many times I hear people that have come up to Dub and I that have said, we appreciate y'all's ability to help others. And I just thank you all for recognizing that and for just being a part of this community. We love y'all. We really do. We love each and every one of y'all. And we hope that whether you end up in Panama or don't end up in Panama, that you at least come and experience Panama. It is a beautiful country. The people here are wonderful. The culture is amazing. The food is divine. There's so many things to do. And I think it's one of those places that even if you don't end up being your forever home, to just come and see it and vacation here and experience it, it is definitely one of those places that I think that many people would be quite shocked at how much of a beautiful country Panama is. It's a beautiful country. And we welcome you here. And we really do hope that when and if you ever get here, that you reach out to one of the brigade and let us know that you're here so we can all show you some love. Yep. All right, everybody?
And that makes you a part of the brigade.
That makes you a part.
And I think our overall mission statement is that if we can help somebody, we've helped everybody.
That's correct.
So, yeah.
You can help somebody, you can help everybody. And y'all don't feel like you can't be in the brigade and you not coming for a long time. We help people that's in the WhatsApp group that's not coming until 2030. No 2030. 2030. They're learning. They're getting their stuff in order. They're getting stuff together, and they appreciate it. So now look, somebody sitting there saying 2029. Look at that. I'm telling you, don't feel like, well, girl, I ain't gonna join yet.
It's not too
because
early.
I ain't coming until you'll be amazed. First off, I keep saying this: you might be doing stuff wrong and out of order more than anything. And then you come to find out, wow, I didn't even consider that, or wow, I didn't know that. And knowledge is powerful. Knowledge is powerful. So go ahead and join the brigade, connect with everybody. We'll be here for you. Or as my big brother Tony like to say, we'll leave the porch light on for you.
We'll leave the light on for you.
Go ahead.
One major change, I think it's October 15th, the money requirements for one of the visas changed for Panama. I think it's the friendly nations. Mm-hmm. They're bumping it up from 200,000 to 500,000 or something like that. But you guys can look that up. No, but it's going to be in October.
Your real estate advisor and your attorney will know about that. Exactly. Again, if you're doing friendly nations visa, that has nothing to do with Pensionado visa.
Not yet.
If you've been following us, we have said it over and over again. We 100% know that's coming down the pipeline. We know it's coming down the pipeline. So if you're considering it, just know 2027, Gloria, we'll be here, sweetheart. We're going to be right here. Can't wait to see y'all. All right, everybody. Until next time, like, share, follow, comment,
subscribe.
We're out. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. Everybody have a beautiful night. Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Oh, you put it on charge.
Mm-hmm. I saw the low battery.
All right. Let me make sure everybody ended.